Hi. Hi. Happy Friday. How we doing? No gym today? We moved it to yesterday. Some scheduling issues, so we just swapped the day. So I get to start at regular time today. I know. I'm an hour early. I'm throwing everybody's schedule off. I apologize. Hermitcraft, 63 months. What are you doing? Hermits are amazing. Pebbles, May 817, Lime, thank you. PM, thank you. Scalix, Darian, Daredevil with the biddies. House of Mezza with 10 gifted subs. Thank you guys so much. How's everybody doing? Pearl just ended. What was Pearl streaming today? I didn't even see she was. Oh, she was doing Split Fiction, right? Was she playing with? I assume she was playing with Karn. I should have watched that. That's cool. That's really cool. And then Imp and Skiz were screaming some Phasma this morning. I wrapped up. I didn't wrap up the video, but I wrapped up the majority of it. I wrapped up the season 7 Metro Mayhem tribute that is done and recorded and everything. I'm hoping the video should be out tomorrow. But what we do today in stream, hopefully we'll make it to the end of the video. Hopefully we're gonna do some stuff today, and I'll be able to show some of that off in the video. They finished Split Fiction. Wow. Okay, I didn't know they were that far along. That's really cool. Yeah. Cub wants to play Hungry Hermits. We can't play today. I gotta. Well, maybe if we get all our changes done, we'll get a game in, and Cub could be the first official game of season 2. But Split Fiction was amazing. Yeah, one of the best co-op games ever made. But today we're making a whole bunch of gameplay changes. We're going through and making all the changes that should have been made and cleaning things up a little bit and rebalancing the game a little bit. And then I think, honestly, I might wipe out the board behind me. Might just wipe out the board behind me. Right? Just start clean. Yeah. I think I like that idea. Sad Skiz noise is like, Skiz will be up there fine. He'll be up there soon enough. Still no day 8 finish. Well, hopefully I still want day 8 to be elusive, but I do want to make it a little bit more attainable given that nobody's done it yet. So hopefully the changes we're going to do today are going to make the game a little bit easier. But we'll see. We're going to make some changes that are going to make the game easier, some changes that are going to make the game harder. But hopefully the net result will be a little bit easier. Put the old scores to one side. Yeah, probably. We can do that. Make it like a little hidden area or something, or put it in a book or something, maybe. Yeah. Are the pipes going to be beefed up? What pipes? Crystal, thank you for 4 months. Ramble, that's where I belong. That's where I belong. Display it in the bedroom. You're going on a camping fishing trip this weekend? Honestly, that sounds so good. I've really been, if it wasn't so hot here, I would just pick up and go camping right now. Like, I'm kind of itching for a camping weekend just to get away from everything digital, no phones, no nothing, and just hang out in the woods. That's kind of what I really want to do. It sounds great. Oilers or the Panthers? Oilers, obviously. The Panthers are a bunch of jerks with stupid jerkies on their team. I hate the Panthers. Again, thank you so much for that 10 gift bomb. I appreciate it so much. All right, shall we get started? Your sister just got back from hiking the Grand Canyon. That's no joke. Yeah, Canyon's insane. Been to it many times. Mosquitoes also want to go camping. Not here. There's no mosquitoes in the summer in Arizona because they just have their faces melted off. What's on the list? Like a bunch of things. Changes that, well, this is gonna be like me making changes I want to make, but it's gonna be a lot of like talking to you guys too, seeing what you guys think. Oh, I got my lightings off here, right? Hold on 1 second. I don't even know if that makes as much of a difference as it used to. Back when I had the green screen, it was like having that top light on screwed up the whole thing. It's probably not that big of a deal anymore. Yeah, did you guys see Green and Mumbo play Hungry Hermits today on Green's? So Mumbo put out his video first, like 3 days ago or so, or 2 days ago, something like that. And then Green put out the second half, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Like, day 3 item frames showing up, and they don't even know. They're just leaving them there to rot, and they like used all their potatoes like 4 times. It was pretty funny. But they also had some technical difficulties. Like, they ran into a lot of bugs that had to be fixed and stuff too. But they got some good games in. It was really, really good. Yeah, I mean, they're brand new. They're brand new, so it is what it is. Okay, let's get started. I'll give you guys a rundown of some of the things that I plan to do or plan to somewhat address today. This doesn't, when we get to them, we can discuss the actual things, but I'm just going to run down like a speed list right now, things I want to address. Bone meal for the dogs. I'm going to tweak the amount of bone meal you get. I got to fix the farm trash can. I'm going to change the crafting speed, both of the normal crafting and of faster crafting. Let's see. Ready to order upgrade is going to be removed. I got an idea for a new upgrade I want to add. I'm going to drastically increase the points that are awarded for certain things like beetroot soup and cake. We might make floor plan changes, actually change the layout of the restaurant. And that's all I got on my list right now. There is something I want to do with the phone, but that's not a stream thing because I got to really think about it and stuff like that. Metro is finished. Yeah, Metro is finished, and hopefully the video will be out tomorrow. So I think these are all going to be good changes. So let's just get started. The first one on the list is dog treats. As you guys know, the core of farming in the back is to get dog treats, feed them to the dog, get bone meal, and use that to grow crops. Right now, the baseline, you get 5 bone meal per dog treat. And then if you get upgrade, you get 10 bone meal. Tastier treats right now is, I don't want to say tastier treats is too powerful, but I will say the gap between tastier treats and normal is too large. So instead of reducing the amount of bone meal you get for tastier treats, I think I'm going to increase slightly the amount of bone meal you get standard, so that tastier treats, that devalues tastier treats a little bit, which is what I want, but it doesn't make the game harder. So I think I'm going to take bone meal to 7 and then leave tastier treats at 10. And I think that'll be a good balance where tastier treats will still be appealing, but not like, oh my gosh, we have to take this. Faster crafting is busted. You nerfing it? What's busted about it? Seems fine to me. If you're referring to Green's video, then that was the user error. So let's go over there. Make the beetroot situation easier too. Yeah, I mean, you will be getting a net positive on beetroot. Okay, so the other thing today is going to be remembering how all my redstone works. So that's the hard part. Because it's been a while. All right, here is the tastier treats. That fills that up. Will you be swapping? No, Noises, I'm not. I thought about moving the food around, and I don't want to, actually. I like that it's not a perfectly linear slope of difficulty. The more I think about it, I liked it. I like where beetroot soup is. It is definitely more difficult, but you get little bumps in the road, and it adds more variability to the gameplay. So I think I'm okay where beetroot soup is. Beetroot soup is still definitely difficult, but I'm going to be increasing the rewards for it. I don't want it to be like a perfect ramp of food difficulty as the day goes on. So having little bumps and little imperfections in there, I think is good. Did you make a decision about what the rule is about taking stuff out of the crafter mid-craft process? What Pearl? I don't know what Pearl wanted to talk to me about. Yeah, she said she had a beef. The rule is that once you put something into the crafter, you can't take it out, with obvious exceptions if you put something in by accident or you put something in the wrong slot or something like that, yes, you can manage it. What you can't do is like put, off the top of my head, you can't put like 6 beetroots in there for like 3 minutes and then pull them out and start making a golden carrot. You can't do that. You can't use the crafter for storage. That's the intent. She argued that you could take stuff out, take out this stuff for a craft and set for another craft, not use it as general storage. If you're taking stuff out of the crafter and putting other stuff in, that means you use the crafter as storage. That's my understanding. Maybe there's something, I don't know. I very much respect Pearl's opinion, so I want to hear, but maybe I just need to hear from her. Like if you're mid-cake, to swap out to craft cookies. Yeah, I think if you're setting up to craft something, you have to craft that thing. What's this music? I don't know. The music is garbage. Blame Doc Knox. You hear that, Doc? Music shady. Let Pearl explain it. Yeah, if Pearl comes on later, we'll talk about it. But if the example is like, okay, I'm prepping to make cake, right? And I've got 3 wheat in there and a couple of milk buckets, and then whoops, I need a golden carrot. Pull everything out and make the golden carrot. My answer is no. No, that's storing things in the crafter. You can't do that. She doesn't agree with that? Them's the rules. I will clarify. I think it's unfair to be like, because then you could just start throwing like 3 milk buckets in there all the time and be like, oh, I'm making cake someday. Right? And that's, no, if you put something in the crafter, it has to be with the intent of making it. Pendle, thank you so much. Cindaloo, what is happening? Oh my gosh, Cindaloo. That is insanely generous. Thank you for all you do to bring us entertainment and brightens our days. It brightens my day too. Having you guys here. Cindaloo, thank you so much. $75, that is incredibly generous. Thank you. Eck, thank you. Haven't done this in a while, but got a concussion. Got a concussion, bought a house, recovered from the concussion in it took 2 years to get over a concussion. Wow. And now you broke your elbow. That's horrible. Eck. Keep it together. Keep it together, Eck. Thank you so much. What about a crafter dump button that is not storing, but if you need the crafter quickly, you can dump it? That I'd be fine with that. Yeah, if there was like, because then you're not, if there was a way to like, okay, just flush everything in the crafter, then arguably that would be okay, but there's no way for me to do that. There's no redstone room for that. Have it auto dump between days. Yeah, it probably should. It probably should. All right, let's go. So I gotta remember how this works. That's the trigger for the dog. This is the tastier treat upgrade, but in the end, okay, we got a 4 tick and a 2 tick and a 2, 4, and a 6 tick all added together. Yeah, the way I did this is kind of sloppy, but oh well. And then if they have the upgrade, it keeps this going for a little bit more, which probably doubles the duration or adds another 5 ticks. So let's see. If I want to make this 7 ticks and keep that 10 ticks, that means I don't like the way this is done. So basically it's all about that piston pushing forward and the 2 observers fate making a quick observer clock. So it's right now it's if I added just another, I mean, to keep it sloppy, if I added another 2-tick repeater on here, in other words, added a 4-tick here, it would probably work. Yeah, I have a comparator decay clock here. And I think this was all set up pretty much by trial and error. Cinderloo, thank you so much for that. Incredibly generous today. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Yeah, this is for the upgrade right here. I know I could do a comparator fade clock here. But I think this one is actually kind of overriding that one. Like, this is still happening while this one kicks in, because this is, well, I guess it's got a 4-tick here. 4-tick, 5-tick, 6-tick, 7-tick before that kicks in. And then that's only adding an extra 5. This is gonna have to be trial and error, I think. This one's gonna be tough. I think if you change the bottom right repeater. What's the bottom right repeater? From 4-tick to 2-tick, it'll just work. I don't know what bottom right means. But, yeah. Exactly. No, that one points at the screen. Exactly, Meza. That, like, what? Let's see here. I think I'm just going to start poking and see what happens here. What's my way to trigger this right now? In fact, we probably don't want to have the bone meal come out. We want to just, like, count the ticks. So let's pull this out for right now. What is this one doing? Did I add another? Oh no, that's just to make the dog woof. We added the dog woof noise. Yeah. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Let me get some redstone boxes out. Redstone on camera, always the best. Never embarrassing. Did I not get? Oh, I got comparators. If I do move this over here. And then take this and do that. That'll add a shorter delay before it kicks in. Only like 1 tick though, but let's see what that gets us. This has got to go there, and that's got to go there. And let's see here. Trying to think about duration. Can I just cheat and do this? Or I think if I put a button here, that's not a button. I think if I do this, it's actually going to be an invalid test because that button length is going to be longer than the... Oh, that gave 8. It sounded like it gave 8. Maybe 7? We'll see. There's probably like a ton of bone meal on the ground now, right? Yeah, bone meal everywhere. All right, let's do this. Let's get up there. All right, let's see what we're getting. Oh, I need to go get some tastier treats here. Let me get some. Risk, there's no way that your words are going to make me understand what you're saying, so I would say just let me get it the kludgy way. Are there tastier treats around here anywhere? I can go get them from the thing itself, probably easier. Stop. We're gonna need to get some more tastier treats soon. Tasty treat. Did I miss them? Check the trash. Yeah, there's probably a ton in the trash. Okay, let's see how many we get here. So I've got 16. Let me just throw these over here for now. What's up, dog? 6. So it added 1. Not the best. Not the best. If we added another tick to that, is that going to work, or is that going to make it double stutter? It's probably going to make it double stutter. Still 6. This is such a mess. Do you ever think Hungry Hermits would be as popular as it has become? I think it's very popular amongst those that play it, but it's not as widespread. Like, I'm satisfied with the depth, if that makes sense. Like, the Hermits that are playing it are really into it, but there's not, there's only like 5 Hermits that are playing it or so. Maybe 4. All right. I don't want to redo all this. I just want to like tick a repeater and have this work. Oh, only 5 cool Hermits. What's up, Dead Knight? How you doing? I don't want to mess up this line because that's the additive line. Can I just... What if I... If I did that, so that completely makes it like no additional delay before that kicks in, so that'll be even 1 tick sooner, I think. Let's try that. Hooray! Super amazing fancy redstone. All right, now let's go turn on the let's spoof. Do I have any levers? Come on, no levers. Redstone torch is gonna be. Let's turn on the upgrade. And now let's try it and see what we get. So we got 7 that time, which is exactly what we want. Nice. Okay, we're done. It's not pretty, but it works. So I can put some of this back in here. All right. Okay, so I want to take like some notes and stuff too, so I have a way of like reporting officially what's changed with the game. So we'll say bone meal awarded. Let me start over. The dog now gives 7 bone meal per treat. And then I'll say tastier treats still gives 10 bone meal. Okay, first change. That's the official change log. Yeah, we're working on it. Lever or lever. I see what you did there, Mezla. I see what you did there. All right, let me close this up here. We'll go cobble. Boop. Right. Okay, we're good. That one's done. Next, I need to fix the trash can that Gran punched. I believe it's probably going to be right here. There's my trash can. Are we getting to the point where we need to, let's see. Is there anything else of value in here? Not really. It's all trash. Just empty all this out. All right. What's up, Evil? 5 little bugs and Hungry Hermits. 5 little bugs, just the timing of one little thing. 17 major bugs. Yeah, exactly. How many bugs will I make today is the question. Is that what you're insinuating? Where's the trash can? Over here. Boop. Okay. Excellent. 2 things done. That doesn't really need to be in the patch notes. All right, crafting. Let's play with the crafting speed. This is going to be more redstone timing nonsense. If I can find my way to the crafting section right here. All right. Got to remember how this works again. Cool. If I could figure out how to get over there first. Here we go. Maybe. Okay, perfect. Over here. Stuck in the noodles. I know. Okay, so are these almost out? No. Okay, I see how these work. Right. The appropriate amount of droppers fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So something that crafts. Is that how that works? Right. So that's the comparator reading the amount of items in the crafter. The farther that extends, when the button is pushed, it turns off that torch, which allows the crafter signal to go its full length. So depending on how many items are in the crafter will determine the length of the crafting process. And apparently I capped that at 6, which is interesting. I didn't realize I did that. So right now, like beetroot soup actually takes just as long as like a golden carrot or something like that. So 6 items that we're not going to change this part up here, but basically it'll spit out that many items, one from each dropper, into the hoppers and go into these hopper chains here, which are all going to fill up this comparator here. And then we have like a long clock that goes on here, that every iteration of the clock, it will drop out 1 item from that dropper and spit it into the lava. And then when that dropper is empty, that's when it actually crafts the item. So this right here, this block that's extending here is the upgrade for faster crafting. So when that is extended, you're on normal craft mode. So the redstone signal goes through the block, gets picked up by these extra repeaters and loops back around, extending it. When that's retracted, it short circuits that. And instead, this is kind of a little cool, little clever thing. Instead, the redstone just goes down there, up here, and immediately goes in the, you just stay on this short little track here. Consider changing the point value for beetroot soups. It's on the list, Doc. I mean, if you showed up on time, Doc, you would have heard that, but you know, it's all right. If you want to be late all the time and then get special treatment when you show up, I suppose that's acceptable. All right, so I think there's 2 things I want to do here. I want to do both. I want to first run some timings and see what we're really dealing with like a six crafting item. So let's do that, I suppose, first. Let's see. I guess the best way to do that, I could just take 6 items and put it in there. Yeah, that's a legit test. All right, let me grab my phone. We'll do it. We'll test it this way. I just want to time it and see how long it takes. I can't type. All right, bring up the clock app. What? No, not now. Stopwatch. Okay. It's a feature, not a bug. What's a feature? Okay, so I want to put in 6 items here, and we're gonna run the crafter and see how long it takes. So I'm gonna hit the start button as close as I can. Boom. Man, that is so loud in my ear. That is deafening in my ear. All right, how long do we think it takes? Is it loud for you guys? Okay. Why is it so loud today? "21 seconds. All right. My sounds are, I know, my sounds need to be sorted, I know. Okay, so it took 21 seconds without the upgrade. Let's see how long it takes. What do I got here? Give me a stone. All right, let's see how long it takes. 21 seconds, normal. With faster crafting now. Almost under 4 seconds. So, yeah. So what I think I want to do is actually take it from both directions. I want to like take the normal speed and reduce it, but I also want to slow down faster crafting a little bit. I want faster crafting to still be good, but right now it's like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So to shorten, if I just do like that and that, we're gonna run some testing, but then I want to increase this a little bit. So I added 2 ticks there. Let's do that. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. All right, so this is normal crafting speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we get here. All right, so that's 17 seconds. Why did this get so loud all of a sudden? It's weird. Yeah, I don't know if there's that much fall off on a note block though, Jake, is it? Maybe it is. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's fine. It's just loud because I'm right next to it. Yeah. All right. So 17 seconds now. We cut 4 seconds off the default crafting time, which might not be that much. Let's try it without 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reset. Six seconds. What do we think? So we went from 4 and 21 to 6 and 17. Feel like that's still gonna be like a lot. What are we trying to fix? We're trying to reduce the gap between standard crafting and faster crafting. 16 for normal? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we like do that. Let's try this for standard crafting. What am I doing? Boom. What's up, Brad? How you doing? So this is the another standard crafting tweak. We'll test this one here. It's like 15 and a half, 16 seconds. Should we speed up? Should we go a little bit slower on faster? But if I do that, that's going to extend this one as well. So let's knock 2 off of that. Let's add another one there. Take another one off of there. All right, let's try this one here. I'm gleaming faster crafting is too OP. I mean, I'm trying to take the upgrades that were like, yeah, that's the best. That right now the premise or the understanding amongst players is that faster crafting is mandatory, and I don't want that to be the case. So I'm trying to reduce the gap by reducing the strength of faster crafting and also speeding up standard crafting as well. I still want it to be, you know, useful, but so this is faster crafting here. Reset and go. It's pretty slow. As I'm doing this, I'm realizing I think faster crafting should still be fast. I think if anything, I just need to speed up the original crafting. Like, I don't want standard crafting to be 20 seconds and faster crafting to be 10. I'd rather slide the whole window down a little bit so that faster crafting feels really good. Like that felt slow for faster crafting. So let's do this. I think what I basically want is like 5 and 15 or 5 and 16 or something like that, or 6 and 16. Okay, that was 5.5. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, wait, one more. So that's good for faster, I think. Let's try this one here. This is standard crafting. A little bit too slow. That was like 12.5, or a little bit too fast. So now changing times here is only going to increase standard crafting. It's not going to also increase faster crafting because it's bypassed over there. So let's do a stop, reset, and go. Game for you, I know. I like measuring it just to be sure. Okay, just under 15 seconds. So what was the first one? Was it like 5? We're at like 5 and 15 right now. 5.5. What do we think? 5.5 and about 15. Is that decent? I think it's probably like I want to make sure it still feels like a good upgrade though, you know, but not mandatory. You're shaving 10 seconds off your crafting time. That's still pretty good. Right? Would you guys say removing 10 seconds from a 15-second crafting time is still good, right? Yeah, I mean, for short recipes, it's still going to be like... That's how long it takes to craft something with standard one. I mean, one item doesn't really matter, right? It's just instantaneous almost. Okay, still very good. So I think I like this. So let's see. Let's make some notes for this. Crafting times have changed. Crafting a 6+ item Recipe will now take 5.5. I'll just say about 5 seconds. Crafting a 6+ item recipe with that's fast. That's with faster crafting. So let's see. What did I say? 15 seconds it was. It's like 5 and 15 now, right? Me with faster crafting will now take about 5 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so it went from 21 to 4 down to 15 and 5. Yeah. Is there a way to change how frequently specific food items are requested by customers? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I like that. That's a good change, I think. What we just did to summarize is we reduced the value of faster crafting slightly and increased standard crafting slightly, hopefully without destroying the value of faster crafting. I think so far those are two good changes. Okay, next. Upgrades. Oh, we're gonna add something new here. I think this one might be fun. I had an idea actually today. First of all, not faster crafting. Ready to order, I think, is just gone. Ready to order, like, first of all, it doesn't work, but even if I could get it to work, it's got to do with this redstone right here. It used to work, it doesn't now. I'm not going to tear all the redstone out. I'm just going to remove the upgrade because even if it was instant, it only takes like, I don't know. I'm saying it to myself and I'm trying to talk myself out of it that it's valuable, but right now it takes what? 4 seconds to take an order? If it was instant, then it arguably would be useful, because if we're saying saving 10 seconds on crafting a 6+ item recipe is worth it, clearly taking an order, which you do 10 times more often, saving 4 seconds would be definitely valuable. I know it can't be instant risk, but as close as instant as we can get. Because it's only, exactly, it's only a short savings, but it's for every single order. You know, on like a day 6, how many orders are you taking? 20? 30? I don't know. Like, you're saving like 60 seconds of time there. I'd argue that that's more valuable than faster crafting. The problem is it's in little bursts. Not the problem, but the reason it's not as appealing is it's in little bursts, where faster crafting saves you a larger chunk of time, which could really throw off your rhythm, where taking that 3 or 4 seconds to take an order never really throws off your rhythm, but that time adds up. If you have 4 or 5 customers who you haven't taken their order from, then you're already doing something wrong. Didn't you want to add more middle of the road upgrades now too? I mean, we arguably have middle of the road upgrades. Like right now, middle of the road upgrades are +1 tables, exterminator, the ones that people debate about upgrading or not. Can you make them show their order when they queue outside? Not without easy changes, no. I'd have to move all the armor stand book stuff around and everything, so yeah. Can I, oh, I see. Can I, you're saying instead of having it be instant ordering, have them come in already ordered. Let me see if that's possible. Again, this is redstone I don't remember, guys, so bear with me here. This pressure plate doesn't actually trigger any redstone. All it does is trigger this skulk sensor right there. which pushes up the cauldron. The cauldron has water in it, which turns this off, pushes that down. This block has to be extended for that observer to tick through there. And then that armor stand right there is what gives them their order. Could I... Let's see. I bet you I could. So let's see. I don't want to have it turn on before they get into the restaurant though, because then you'll be like seeing it through the walls and stuff. And while that will be interesting, it'll be advantageous, I think it'll be disruptive to the flow of the game and it'll feel weird. Interesting idea by Caitlin. What's the idea by Caitlin? I still think the idea of a morning prep time upgrade could be really beneficial. I can't see the rest of it, but I'm assuming the rest of it got clipped, but I'm assuming the idea is like delay the amount of time before the first customers start. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad upgrade at all, actually. Like, and call it morning prep or something like that. That would be very, I mean, obviously we have to tweak what that value is, but that would be very appealing depending on the time. Let me add that to the notes. Maybe we can add that today. Probably not, because that'll be a new feature, but I like the idea. New upgrade idea, morning prep. Caitlin, that's a really good idea. Add time before the customers start coming in. Thank you, Caitlin. I try to read, I know, and you guys help me out. When you guys see a good idea, you call it out. All right, so real quick though, I want to still... So the armor stand comes in, falls down. By the way, Risk and Jake, with your idea, I know what you were saying is you're saying put these armor stands under the these item frames under the ice. I believe is what you were telling me to correct it for, because you're worried that this trap door flapping down could flap up early and then the armor stand could get stuck on that. I don't think that could actually happen, because the only way that that armor stand retracts is the armor stand falling through and hitting that string down there. So I'm not sure how that would happen, because this stays open. I guess maybe at the end of the day, do they all reset? I think at the end of the day, they might all reset. Yeah. Or when the game ends. Yeah. But either way, I understand what your suggestion is. And yeah, maybe I'll get to fix it, but it's not a top priority for me right now. Okay, where were we? Sorry. How do I... So let's see. This noodles right here is insane. It's like the most complicated part of the game. And I always lose track of where the string is. So customer falls down, hits this string right here. Observer, boom. That is the one that rings the bell. Note block updates. Observer powers the block, pushes this guy back. And yeah, and the comparator stops reading that. That turns that off. It's like it's so close, because basically when that comparator turns off, I need to signal this line here. Like, we're so close. But I don't know that I can do that. Take an observer off the dropper. I don't believe droppers give an update when they switch items. Could be wrong. I said earlier we had a loss. What about a golden hoe that helps with crops being fortuned, like beetroot soup? The problem, Red, with giving them... I appreciate the biddies, by the way, Red. Thank you so much. The problem with items is that takes up a slot, and then what do they do with that item? And then when the game's over, it adds a lot of maintenance issues and stuff like that. I think the dropper activating is an update. Really? So it wouldn't update only when something goes in. It would only update when when it's powered, you're saying, because it would give a powered state. You're right. So if that updated, maybe we could squeak a line in there. This is what? Is this the game online? No. What is causing all those pistons to... Oh, that's the upgrade for... So that can all come out. Yeah, this is the upgrade for instant ordering. Hang on. All right, let's get over there. Let's get over there and maybe noodle some stuff up here. I think we can do this. Totally got sidetracked, but having instant order, because not even having to step on the pressure plate, now you would have a really, that's really useful now, right? You don't have to take orders anymore. They come in with their order ready. Like, we all agree that's useful, right? That's a really good upgrade. All right, let me see if I can scoot up here, over here. Okay. Would that be too... like, that was my first reaction. Is that too much now, right? You can read from back of house. You can do that now. Once they take the order, you can see the order from back of house. Let's fast forward hypothetically and say I get this redstone done and it's working, but then it turns out this is too overpowered. Is there... You could add a randomizer to it. It's like 50% of the time it takes the order for you automatically or something. That's what I'm wondering. Is what's my dial? What's my, you know... What's my dial to tweak it? Add a delay. The problem with the delay is it's either that delay is either not bothering you at all because it's going to show up when you look at it anyways. You know, like we're talking a delay, we're talking 5 seconds, in which case it doesn't matter. But if you start adding too much of a delay, then they're just going to go over and step on the pressure plate anyways. Well, let me ask this honestly: do we think it's too overpowered? If everyone came into if you got if a new upgrade called instant ordering, and the second they popped up in the restaurant, their order was already revealed. Not OP. Not OP, but we all agree it's definitely desirable, right? Like, it would be something that would very much be like, oh, we want that. So let's see, we could put, I need some smooth stone. I can't work without smooth stone. Do I even have smooth stone in my stone box? Where's my dark gray one? Right here. No smooth stone. I need smooth stone. Can't do work without it. We got a lot of work to do today, so should be in a crate by the door. Jake, you terrify me. Can we also take a moment to realize that Jake has memorized all of these containers that I haven't opened in like weeks? It's disturbing. That wasn't you? Who was it? Who said that? Oh, it was Risk. Yeah, same person. Jake and Risk, you're indistinguishable to me. Indistinguishable to me. You're both brilliant minds who can figure things out way faster than I can. Okay, so if I did Skadoodle, if this line... It would be nice if I just left this line in, quite honestly. Because that's the upgrade line right there for whatever faster ordering is, or instant ordering, or whatever it is. Red and gold, thank you for the biddies. The golden hoe one, yeah, I saw that one, thank you. Full pine, thank you so much. I think instant ordering is 2 OP. If you get that and exterminator, you could both prep in the back. How about staff meal? A barrel appeals in front back of house with a cooked food that you can just serve to customers, that you can't serve to customers but eat yourself. That's not a bad idea either. Basically just introduce a new food that isn't one of the ones that the customers order, but puts like a couple pieces of food back there every day or something like that. That's not a bad idea. Like steak. Yeah. I'll write that down as a possible idea, because it's also easier to, it's also easy to implement. New food appears each day, especially if the rule was that it could stay in the container and it doesn't have to clog up your inventory. I know, I wish pork chops weren't in the game so I could call it pork chop power. Call it break time. 72% say not OP. Cool, dead. Thanks. Volpine, about your initial thoughts though about instant ordering being 2 OP. If you get exterminator, you can both prep in the back. I mean, keep in mind, you still have to use the ordering terminal. You still have to answer the phone. You still have to go in the freezer to get meat. You still have to craft items. So, I don't know. I'm of the stance that I don't think it'll be 2 OP, but I do want to see it play tested. But Volpine, I like your staff meal or staff break or something like that for players to eat. Steak? Question mark? I like that. What about a break room where you can grab a snack? And what if the snacks were expired? Eat rotten tomato. I mean, it's the same thing we're saying, Red. I think just giving them food. But yeah, I like the idea of a staff meal. That's whatever we call it. Maybe we'll come up with a different name. Snack break or something like that, or steak break. Steak break. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. If I could change a little bit of this around, all of this can go away. So if any of this is in the way, I could get rid of it. Oh, actually, no, I can't. What am I saying? That's the standard delay right there. We got to leave all that stuff in. How does instant ordering actually work? Oh, I see. There's a built-in timer here that this comparator turns off, which turns the torch on there, which will then power this. But if instant ordering is on, this line over here that pushes this observer down will hit that block and bypass that delay and instantly signal that. Okay. So let's see. This shouldn't be too hard. Assuming, let me double check this first. How confident are we that this actually is going to give an update? Let me just do this. I'll look for the blinky blink. Okay. Oh, but it gives 2. But that's fine. But it doesn't give 1 when you put something in there, only when it fires it out. It'll give 2 updates, depending on the length of the pulse. But that's okay. That's okay. I like that. Okay. Hash, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Sure goes. Thank you so much. All right. Redstone on camera, everybody. Let's see. Yeah, Borg. Thank you. It hasn't even updated. Yeah, that was a lot. 20? It's insane. Borg, thank you for 20 gift subs. Thank you so much. Gaga. I know, right, Evil? And now Land Rank's been amazing. You guys are being so good. Thank you guys so much. Where's my mug? I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. If it gets powered when a stand falls in... Oh, you're answering someone. The delayed timer. Patience timer. Get mugged. Okay, let's see. I want to actually, like, solve this here. So, could I run, like, a torch there or something such that when that is extended, it'll power into that? Basically, I just need to have that observer signal go into that repeater, but only do it when this upgrade line is on. Brad! Thank you, Brad, so much for 7. Really appreciate that. Let's see. So there could be another way to redo this line right here. Maybe it's pistons pushing down. Let me tear this out because I have a sample model there. What if repeater there, dust there, right? Boom. Repeater into that, and then dust on top of that. Still doesn't block the armor stand, and all I gotta do is have this block be the one that goes down. I gotta go up higher. Right, if I did that and just change this power line to push these down instead. So when the upgrade is off, it does this. That signal does nothing. When the upgrade is on, that block pushes down, goes in through there, and instant ordering happens. Pulse too short for torch. Bam. Yeah, thank you. Well, it would have been... Unless you're responding to before. Oh, you're responding to someone else. Yeah, this can actually be 1 tick here because it's going into a 4 tick there. I think that works, right? Doesn't the dust quasi the dropper? I mean, yeah, because it's 2 blocks above, but won't it automatically turn off though? Like, won't it update itself kind of thing? I think we're good. I think we're good with that. So all this will have to come out and we do that, but that's easy change. It's a clock now? I don't think so. Let's see here. Triggered is false, so I think we're good there, right? Item goes in, no update. And then this dust here is powered. I mean, I could simulate that a little bit better, I suppose, by actually simulating this line here. Wait, is that the one? I'm getting confused now. No, it's that. It's coming up from down there. So this actually is a fair test of it, I think, right? Triggered is false, right? Are you saying that can't be trusted? I think we're good. I'm refreshing the UI, so that should be good, right? Confirmed good, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. I'm excited now. This is a good new upgrade. Let's change this upgrade line now to, just to be clear now, all these pistons need to be up like that, and then this dust just needs to go across the top of all them like that, and I think we're good. What's the best way to do this? Like this. This is gonna be a fun upgrade. Definitely appealing, I think. those torches worked out perfectly. Look at that. It's like I knew the feature was coming. All right, let me tear down this other stuff. You're kind of lost. What's the actual upgrade? The actual upgrade, in theory, is going to be called instant ordering or pre-order, or maybe it'll come up with a better name. I don't know. But basically, the second a customer pops up in the restaurant, their order will already be visible. Oh, wait a minute. We might have issues. There's going to be delay issues here because the armor stand isn't going to be in range of the book yet. Because basically the armor stand is maybe we'll have to test it. We might have to add a little bit of delay here. You guys see what I'm saying? Because the armor stand falls down, boom, triggers that observer, goes up here. We're only talking about like a couple of ticks there, 1 tick there, 4 tick there. It's a question of how long does it take for this to fall down and the armor stand to get over here, booped up, and be in range of that book. We'll have to see. But if anything, like I said, we can add a little bit of delay here. We might need some 2 tech delays. Yeah, exactly. All right, that can go out. That. Boom, boom. Let's kick this up and over. And then dust all this. Let's see here. I'll do this from right here. Got to make sure those torches weren't doing any critical lighting too. All right, we need boom, boom. What are you doing? Are you doing anything important? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll get the strength upgraded. I know I got to get a repeater in there. Bum, 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 bum. Evil Ocean with a piece of pie. Decisive diners. I like it. I like it. Sam, thank you. I have to pre-read Sam's stuff. Yeah, that's why I can't read that kind of stuff. Thanks, Sam. Is there a way for players to see what the next upgrade would be if they re-roll? No. That would defeat the entire process of re-rolling. So no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. We're doing good here. Let's see what else. We need those repeaters in there. And blocks there. Dust, 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 dust. Repeater. Okay. This is kind of exciting. I suppose I should have just ran the power adjacent to. Yeah, I don't like running power on top of. I think I'm gonna just run the power here. I like that better. It just feels cleaner to me. I don't know why. I'm an excellent flyer. Good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. Okay, that feels a little bit cleaner. We fixed the signal strength. I think we're good, right? Can you place identical books lower down that the upgrade would trigger instead? As that would be closer to the armor stand. I could, Jake. But quite honestly, it's easier to just add a few ticks delay to let the armor stand get in there, and I don't think it would reduce the value of that upgrade at all. If a customer came in and 1 second later their what do you call it, flashed up, that's still totally valuable. And Crazy Silverado. Crazy, thank you so much, my friend. You do so much. Thank you so much for 50 Insano gift subs. I really appreciate you. Can you even count to 50? I don't know. I'd probably have to take my socks off. Not that I have 40 toes or anything. That would be weird. Dust above the observer is missing. No, it's not. See? It's all there. As long as the customer's coming to the right spot. Thank you. Oh, technically I could do that, right? No, I can't, because then it won't power the block. Okay. Okay, is the redstone functioning right now as best you guys can see? Right, upgrade comes in, it'll extend all those pistons, which will allow this observer to power through that block. I think we're good. All right, we will test by doing this. Okay, let's start a game. Test with Cub? No, I'll bring Cub in when all the changes are done. I'm not going to bring him over just to like test 1 3-minute change and then say, okay, let me go back to doing the rest of my upgrades now. Novascorp, thank you. If Redstone creates a Redstone parkour game, you would be the champion. I don't know. I think I've clearly shown my ineptitude for jumping through Redstone. Adesio, thank you for the piece of pie. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday! I can't take my dog to the pond anymore because the ducks keep attacking him. That's what I get for buying a purebred dog. Hang on. Odessio, that might be the best stupid pun we've had in a long time. Thank you. Thank you. Soren, thank you so much. You inspired me to pick up Minecraft again, which led to me building a redstone computer for your bachelor's thesis. I can't do that. Now you've got your master's in math and physics and you're going to be a teacher. Ah, Soren, congrats to you. That sounds so amazing. Like, it sounds like you're doing what you want and you've accomplished what you want. Life goals are so important. Congrats, Soren. Thank you so much. Here come the comments, right? It's so weird to see him without glasses now. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're testing. We're going in my little GD test hall here. And hopefully when a customer comes in, hey, upgrade! Oh, what the heck? Okay, here comes our first customer. Who's it gonna be? Cubby. Oh, if this works, I'm gonna be so excited. Now they change position back into the seating position. Go up here. Which slot is open? Right there. Should trigger that dust right there. Didn't work. All right, let me real quick go put a delay on this. There really needs to be an easier way for me to get to the noodles. This is the easiest one. That's a little bit of delay. Worst case, I could add a little bit of delay there. In fact, let's just do that. Redstone parkour. Is that gonna work? I'm lost. Oh! That might have made the difference. Because he came in with his order. I think we got it. Answer the phone! You guys are all yelling at me. Blurry the game! I think that did it. This is gonna be so cool. That would delay regular orders. I'm aware it would, yeah. Start a new one. Cub order started is you are so bad at this. Yes, confirmed. Cub just got his order. Yeah, that was weird, huh? Have you solved the phone answering problem yet? You could use a creaking that has to be stared at to answer the phone to lock players in place. Let you push the redstone back a little bit. Yeah, I could. I haven't really addressed the phone yet. Let me make sure that nobody got stuck here and stuff. Noodles, noodles, noodles. Okay, everybody's clean there. Think we're clean. Okay, let's start a new game. I saw a skull flicker when you walked over to send that customer away. Dope. Well, that doesn't help me. All right, we'll just do this. Go around. Bum, 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 bum. I could just stay in the noodles, you're right, and free cam it. I didn't think of that. Oh, the reason it took the other one is because it probably did the most adjacent or something like that. Yeah. Let me see this redstone line versus like when he's... I think it's just way too soon right now is my guess. Let me test this last one here. Where's the last one? Oh, all the way down at the end. Okay. I want to be able to like see that redstone, but also... Oh, I can see it right here. Okay. This is a good spot. So when that redstone line turns on versus when the customer pops up. Boom, boom. Oh, it's close. I think we need like another 4-tick delay or something like that. What I can do is eat some pork chops. Yeah, no, exactly. What I can do is add delay here. And yes, this will delay the taking of all orders, but if I take one item out of this and change these all from 8 to 7 and do this, just add 4-tick delay here. Or, sorry, 8-tick delay here. I think this will definitely work. Yeah, I know, I lost. You suck at this. So this is right there. What I did is I just add 8 ticks basically to all order taking, both instant and manual. But now I want to reduce that to kind of offset it. So I'm going to take one item out of here and make these go all to 7. And I think, I mean, it's probably off a little bit, but I might be speeding up manual order taking a little bit here, but I don't think so. And I don't really care one way or the other. All right, I think I got them all. Even if you do math, yeah, pretty much, exactly. Okay, I think that'll do. A possible minor issue. If the adjacent table is occupied, the upgrade won't work as the customer... I can't read it now because it got cut off. I hate that quotes get cut off. I'll just make my window bigger. Let's see. Possible issue if adjacent table is occupied, the upgrade won't work as the customer at the adjacent table will be closer. I don't think so, because I think the idea is that we're triggering this book only when... What? Why are there silverfish? We're only triggering the book once they're in their spot, basically. So I think if this works, what we're going to get is the customer's going to pop up, land, and then their order will be taken. Which is kind of what I'm hoping happens here. So let's try that. By the way, guys, there should be a video out tomorrow with the Season 7 Metro Mayhem build, and we're going to be showcasing some of these changes that we're making here. You reduced the pressure plate time with this, though? I think I modified it a little bit, plus or minus a few ticks, and I don't really care. I will test how long it takes, though, just to make sure. Okay, here comes first customer. All right, it's going in through the second slot. That was pretty hot. That was pretty hot. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, now I am wondering, are there any issues with having an adjacent customer already there or something? It could be based on the timing of that jump. Let's see, are they being named after they land? Or is it while they're in midair? It's while they're descending. I just want to make sure that but the armor stand is above them, so if anything, it's gonna grab them first anyway, so I think we're good. Yeah, this timing is pretty good. Higher equals closer anyways, yeah. And then, of course, it doesn't work. Why did this one not work? Why did that one not work? It's the item frame on the other side of the block. No, they're all the same. I think what just happened is I don't know what happened. Signal strength? No, what do you mean signal strength? Yeah, I'll turn off the regular music. Sorry, guys. Why did that fail? You guys think replay? We might need to add another tick or take away a couple ticks or something. Okay, this should be Cleo coming in here. Let me slow it down to... Oh, I'll wait till she gets close. Let me slow it down. Rolling in the update window for the book. That's an early... Oh, because the books don't happen like instantaneous. They do have like... They're only being updated every so often, like once every second or so. Bread, do you know? On the server. So maybe based on when that pulses is causing some issues, but I'm not sure. All right, let's just make sure that the redstone's being fired, I guess. We want to make sure that these repeaters still get hit. Let me slow this way down here. I know you can scroll on the timeline to zoom. So it's going off right when she's at the apex of the jump. So it can't be... If anything, the update frequency of the books would just cause it to be delayed. It can't be any earlier, right? And if it's delayed, that shouldn't matter because that should still be the closest armor stand. Why did one fail? Your pulse somehow missed the window update. It's possible. Checking data pack. The update window could clearly only start when the redstone signal was there. Because if the update window happens before the redstone's there, it's not going to trigger it. So it's going to trigger it either at some point between when the redstone first hits and whatever the update window is after that. I'm wondering if this is like just one of those weird things that was like sometimes you step on a pressure plate and it doesn't take the order. And it's got nothing to do with the new feature we added. There's no one else in the queue. Need more testing, yeah. Yeah, here's your upgrade. Most orders will be instant, yeah. All right, I have no idea. And it's not like, you're right, you could still just go over and manually take their order, so that's fine. Oh. Why did that just appear there? They can't change for a short delay after being reposed. I think it's like 3 periods. It should have been... How long is a period, Risk? Interesting. Is there a threshold on how many times? No, the armor stands can update pretty quick. Can you have that replay file pretty please? Yeah. 1 second, let me see if I can find it. Flashback. Replays. I think it's that one. Let me move windows around. And whoop. There you go. There you go, Brad. All right, you know what? I'm going to test it one more time to see if it's generally working. And then we're going to move on. Dropper gets an update from Game Over that triggers it. That item should have already been removed from that dropper before the game's over because she was already... Her trapdoor should have already been closed. Upgrade! Can you do a plus tables for a longer test? I could. Oh, I see. You're right, Risk. Yeah, because this does get powered when the game's over. Is that going to cause other problems? Meaning... Oh, here we go. Same slot. Works perfect. I blame Cleo. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is clearly a Cleo issue. It's totally something Cleo would do, right? Ah! Whoa! That got sliced off quick. Okay, well, clearly it's broken now. Let's see if this last one works, or if it updates Ren. 50% of the time. It works 100% of the time. Is it an interference on initial head tilt change? No, their initial head tilt should be set. Their initial head tilt is set. When they're coming in right there, I believe. But, hold on. Maybe you're right. Where's the actual head tilt stuff? Right here. Ow, ow, ow! I'm working over here! That's interesting, Risk. Yeah, that could be it. It could be a race condition between forcing two armor stand animation updates coming in so close together that they're in the same update period. I bet you that's it. Let's see. I mean, that would require me to remember how all this works, but first item, when this piston updates, because it's basically starting their clock, their delay, their patience clock. This observer powers, pushes an item up into there, into the crafter, and then there's one item in there, and then it does this armor stand. So yeah, I bet you that's what it is. So, very smart. Was that Risk, by the way, as usual? So, what's the fix for that? Do it sooner or much later? I can't really get into doing this right here, I don't think. Gongan, thank you so much. Can we add Jimmy's head as an Easter egg to Hungry Hermits? Nope. Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to just like tweak some delays and see what happens. But the question is, do I tweak this delay? I could add another 2 full repeaters here. Does it need fixed? No, it does. This is an easier tweak here, just adding more delay. So in other words, they would come in, their first pose would update, and then their order would take. Add another tick or 2 to the upgrade. Yeah, I think so. Let's try that. It does mean that they're going to like bounce up, land, order. Call them regular customers. No, I think for this upgrade to be useful, I think it has to be all customers. If it's 50% of the customers, it'll be like, meh. Reduce the delay on top. So it activates while they're flying up. I mean, that's an option too. But if we reduce it too much, we're getting back to the other issue where it wasn't in range. So this is really just like a finesse case. I don't want to spend too long on this because I want to get to some of the other stuff. So if we don't fix it right here, we're just gonna move on and then I'll fix it off camera. Let's see here. So I think I'm just gonna add. Do I just go with a full another 8 tick to hopefully really reduce the overlap between the two? Let's try that. And then I'll reduce another. I'll remove another thing from the hoppers above. You think 3 or 4? What is the update of the armor stand animation frequency? Brad, do you know, or is adding 4 ticks? Is adding 1 repeater here with 4 tick enough? Try it and find out. I know that takes time. I'm trying to be quick. Okay, we'll add 4 ticks to all of them and see how they do. I'm not gonna add it. I'm not gonna remove an item from the hopper clock just yet. Leave it as is. People are indecisive. No, I don't. I've said that. I don't want it to be 50%. I think for this to have value, I think it needs to be all of them. Okay. Don't you need one less item in the hopper for 4 tick repeater? Yes, I do. And I said I would add it later. Sumi, what are the changes so far? We changed faster crafting. We made normal crafting speed up a little bit and faster crafting be not as much of a benefit to kind of compress that gap. And then we changed the amount for those just joining late. Standard dog treats now give 7 bone meal, while tastier treats still give 10. Those are the 2 changes we've done so far. Like, that's totally acceptable right there. No, Jonah did not do the music for it. It's done by Del Chupin Cabre. It's on Spotify. Go check it out. That was my impatient sound. I was about 15 years of it. This feels like a data pack bug. Yeah, Brett, do you feel I'm gonna chalk this one up as like I will look into this later, or maybe Brett will get me some information on the data pack or something like that. It's working worse now than it did before, but that's the only thing I can think of, is that it is conflicting with the first animation. All right, we're gonna put this one to bed. I will get this to work though, guys, and this is gonna be a great feature. So in fact, let's go and add the upgrade tokens to it now. Did you mean to message me on Discord? No, I didn't. Okay, so I gotta remember how upgrades work now. There's a couple places I need to do this. One of them is just random plates falling. One of them is up here. Nope. Randomizer. One of them is right here. No. Yeah. Okay. So all of these papers. Let's see. Extra item fragrance speeder, terminator taster treat, store stopper, extra hot bar slot, ready to order. I mean, I should probably change the text on this, right? I could just leave it. It kind of makes sense still, but 0 delay for taking orders is misleading, right? It should say customers will come in with their order already known or something like that. So, yeah. So I need to take that out, and I need to take the one out. The problem is it's going to be a pain to make these new cards. Yeah, the lore's got a... I think we could probably keep the name ready to order, and then just change the lore text, yeah. All right, so now I got to go down below into the upgrade section, which is totally easy to find, and I never get lost. Did you get over there? No, I couldn't do it. Up here? Up here? Over there? We're getting close. Over here? It's like a maze. All right, here we go. Ready to order. Let's take all of those out. Make sure they stack. There's one. Isn't there one in there? No? Oh, there's one there, yeah. Boop, take that one out. Right, and then those hoppers push into that. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay, so we need to make 20 of these. Change the name? Yeah, I think I'm going to change the name. Just, you know, we're here. Might as well. I've already got to make new items and stuff, so. All right. Is there an anvil? Hey, look at an anvil. Oh, wait. I don't need... How does this work? Sorry. Yes. I put an item in here. All right. What do we want to call it? What's the name of the upgrade? Pre-orders. Can you try disconnecting patient update line and see if they all come in with names? Yeah, that's a good idea, Brad. That's a really good idea. Order ahead. Call ahead. Call ahead doesn't really make sense because call ahead's for seating. You don't call in your order. Decisive customers. I like decisive customers. Oh, what did Evil say? Decisive diners? Uh-oh. Yeah, I can get to that. What did you say, Evil? Decisive diners. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like decisive. We're gonna go with what Evil said. Decisive diners. Oh no, I have to spell. How do you spell decisive? Decisive diners. Boink, and then we need an item for the lore. Customers will appear with what's a brief way of saying this with as few words as possible. Customers know exactly what they want. Customers will order as soon as they're seated. I want it to be brief though. Customers arrive with orders. I don't want to say quickly. Customers order immediately. Right? That's pretty clear. Is that clear? Does that make it clear that you don't have to take the orders? No, it doesn't. Because it's still, that might seem like you step on the pressure plate and it's instant. Yeah. It needs to be a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Customers will arrive with, just say no need to take customer orders. That's an interesting spin on it, yeah. I don't want to say like visible and stuff because that's meta thing. I want it to be like, you know, customer order. You know, no visible or anything like that. I want it to be like their orders are. I want it to be like in story, not in redstone terms. Customers have pre-ordered. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's like the right answers here like 1,000 times. Customers will... I feel like it needs the word automatic, right? Or customers will arrive with orders already known. That's no good. I don't want to say visible. Customers, I think it needs the word automatic. Customers will automatically order when... Oh, but then we're into this issue, yeah. Customers... Oh, I got arrived. Let's see. Customers automatically order when seated. How's that sound? Customers automatically order when seated. Spelling. What did I spell wrong? Oh, steeded. Customers automatically order when seated. I think that's clear, right? Okay. All right, so now we take this stack here. Put that there. I gotta remember how this works. Trigger format name. Bring up the menu and do offhand to main hand. I don't want to, oh, copy from offhand name. Decisive diners. Okay. No. What? Why didn't that work? Oh, I think I just renamed my rockets. I sure did. I have special rockets now. Copy from name hand. Name. Yes. And then we do the lore one. Copy lore. I think we have to remove lore first because lore is like appending and stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, no. I can just do this. Maybe. Yeah. Was the text blue before though? On the other ones, or was it white? Want to rename the full stack rather than just these? This is the full stack. Oh, it didn't work. Copy from offhand lore. Why did that not work? There's more in your storage? Where? I think I might have to erase the lore first. Right, now it should have no lore. Now I copy the lore. Why isn't this working? There's no lore. Oh, because it's the name. Right. It's not copying the lore. It's offhand to no. Sorry. Offhand to lore? Is that it? Okay, there we go. All right. And what did I say? Were they blue before or not? Was it just, were the rest of them white? I think the rest were white as well, right? I don't want this one to be discolored. Was it aqua or something like that? They were blue named? Okay, let me make sure I get the same color. Okay. And I think I can do that. Is that the same color? Let's see. Let me just grab one of these out. Okay. Customers automatically order when seated. Okay, I think that's fine. All right, so we put one here. Hopefully this works. You guys are making me nervous about like what you're saying about the rest of the stack or something. I didn't think there was any more involved here. Okay. Let's get down to the upgrade section again. This is no longer ready to order. It's now called Decisive Diners. And we put one in here. And we put 18 in there. I think that's it, right? It's in your storage? Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, don't care. All right. Are we good? That should do it, right? Oh, yeah. Remove the torch on the auto upgradificator. In fact, let me just do this. Oh, no. This is a... Oh, right. They go into the dropper there, and then they stay there until the game's over, in which case this whole thing pulses. So I should test that the upgrade is actually working. Let's see here. Let me go turn off the thing first. Okay, what else have I missed? Would be fun if the upgrade dropped an armor stand with a maitre d. Would be. That's not happening. That's not happening. Could you add an old diner order up noise to the crafter after crafter completes? Oh, something that like gives them notification. Order up. Yeah, that would be nice actually. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Just to give them, so they don't have to wait for the grinding noise to stop. They get more of a, you know, recipes ready or something like that. Aussie Joe, thank you so much. Let me scroll up here. Norse Rider, thank you. And Aussie Joe, thank you so much. Yeah, that is a good idea. I'm not going to do it today, but I will write it down. Let's see. Order up. Audio when crafting completes. Okay. Okay, I've removed ready to order. I've added ready to order upgrade has been removed. Decisive diners. I can never spell this word for some reason. Decisive diners upgrade has been added. Customers will arrive in the restaurant with orders already taken or whatever. I can remove that. Okay, got a new feature I want to add, another upgrade I want to run by you guys, but real quick I want to change some of the scoring. I want the players to get more points for the harder items, specifically beetroot soup. Oh, we can just go down this way. Specifically beetroot soup and cake. I really want to make it like, you know what, you're suffering by getting this item, so you're gonna get a lot of points for it. And that is done totally in a spot that I remember. Mango not beet. What? Beetroot? What did I say? Did I say the wrong word? Did I miswordificate again? The beetroot item itself? Beetroot soup. Beetroot soup is what I meant. Yeah, obviously. Did I say beetroot? Yeah. Just soup. Regular beetroots I'm not changing, I don't think. Alright, how does this work? That ticks over somewhere. Here we go. This is it. Okay. Alright, so, oh good, we got beetroot soup right there. Oh, and the score and the points are right here as well, too. Yeah, these need to be changed for sure. All right, so let me just go change the signs first, and then we'll come down and change the values. That way we can make our design decisions first. All right, so I'm okay with like these foods. Maybe we'll change beetroot to be 3 because that is a little bit more painful. Let me make a note of the ones that we're changing just so I know which ones to go down and change there. Beetroot. Most of them I'm not going to change. Carrot, water bottle, melon slice, fine. Baked tater, cooked cod, cooked pork chop, cooked chicken. I know everyone's going to have their own opinions on what these scores should be. I don't want to really redo the whole game here. Admittedly, there should be more spread between the values, and these should scale up faster probably, but I'm not gonna change all of them. I am gonna change this guy though. Let's make you 10. Beetroot soup, and we're definitely gonna change cake too. So cake can go to Why not? All right. If you're serving cake, I want you to get a lot of points. Are there any others here? Let's see. Pumpkin pie is difficult. You got to do the... What's going to happen now, though, is the scores, if you make it to day 7 or so, like, the scores are going to just explode and go super high up. And it's going to look like, wow, you did so much better, which is why I did... Yeah, maybe that cake's too high. I don't want it to be like, if you make it to day 5, you get, 200 points. If you make it through day 6, you have 300 points. If you make it to day 7, you have 900 points. Like, I don't want it to scale up that much. Yeah, let's lower cake a little. What was cake? Cake was 12, right? Yeah. I feel like honey now. I just realized I put pumpkin pie on purpose. From scratch, is pumpkin pie harder than beetroot soup? No. I think beetroot soup... There's more steps in pumpkin pie, but beetroot soup takes more bone meal. So I think 10 is good. Okay, so we're only changing 3. We're changing beetroot, beetroot soup, and cake. So let's go down here. Beetroot soup is going to be 10. And it was it 5? Really? Right? Or do I have these like doubled up or something? Like honey bottle, it should be 5. Oh, it's 1 less. It was 1. It has to be 1 less because of the way the timings work or something like that, right? I think. So like cookies are 4, honey bottles are 5, 4, 3. Yeah, it's 1 less just because of the way the redstone works out. So this needs to be 9. Cake needs to be 14 now. Okay, and then beetroot soup will add 1 down here. I think beetroot soup was first, or just beetroot, not beetroot soup. This one should have 1, and we're gonna make it 2. I'll make it stone just to be consistent. Okay. I think we're good, right? Did I mess that up? Do you need to adjust the lore text on tastier treats? No, I don't think so. It still just says you get more bone meal per treat, and that's still true. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, so recipe score changes. Beetroot 2 to 3. Beetroot soup went from, what was it, 6 to 10? And cake went from 12 to 15, I think. Was that correct? I think that's what it was. Cleo, thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's go to the fun one now. A new possible upgrade I want to run by you guys. If I can get out of here. Oh. Good. This redstone is the worst. Cleo, how's it going? Did you have fun today? How do I get out of here? Help! I'm stuck in my noodles. This is where I slam my head into something and die. What about over here? Oh, here we go. Hey, I know exactly where we are. Okay. What about, let's see here. Let me pork chop power it up here. Use my pick, yeah. Let's skedoodle over here. Nope. Over here. All the way back here. Now I need honest feedback here, not like, I don't want everyone to just be like, yeah, that sounds great. Like, I need to know if this is actually valuable. What if there was an upgrade called extended farming. And what happened is this wall just opens up, and there was an area right here with like tons of farming, like 10 farm spaces. The point being that you would be able to actually grow your own crops. Now to keep in mind, adding 2 or 3 farm spaces adds almost no benefit. Almost no benefit. Because you're just going to continue bone mealing, and the only benefit you get is natural growth. Otherwise, having 3 slots and having 4 slots, there's almost no difference. But if you add like 10 or 15 slots back there, you'll get natural crop growth. But keep in mind, natural crop growth is very, very slow. So it's figuring out the right amount of slots back there where natural crop growth will give you a little bit of an advantage, but not too much. With the bone meal update, it'll be 2 OP. But see, that doesn't make any sense to me, because bone meal works regardless of whether you have 1 farmland slot or 10. It's the same value, right? If I want to get a ton of beetroot, right? Like, it doesn't matter if I grow, and then go here and grow, and then grow here and grow. It's the same amount of beetroot. It really depends on what the number of farmland is. I mean, clearly we agree if there was 50 farmland back there, then it's a great upgrade, because crops would just be grown all the time. Probably. I have to do the math and stuff. But if there's 3 crop spots back there, it's useless. It really comes down to how would you clear them between rounds? I wouldn't. I would just close the door. Now, it does mean that someone could tear up the whole place just to be mean for the next team, and then you could get the extended crop upgrade, and there's nothing planted, and that would suck. So that is a downfall of it. I could flush it with water. Yeah. But if there's nothing pre-grown back there and you start getting this upgrade on like day 5 or 6, it's almost not worth it, right? Because it's gonna, I mean, how long do crops take to grow? Like quite a while, right? Yeah, if you flush it, it has 0 value. I kind of agree. Like, the game will be over by the time you grow your first crop. Does anyone know the actual, like, statistical average to grow a carrot to full size without it being bone meal? Use a village, get a villager back there. That's interesting. Hired farmhand. Too much variance. Yeah, having bees back there would speed it up a little bit. I'd have to do something like I did with my season 9 farmland, where the bees go back and forth across. I'm adding this because, quite honestly, I mean, unless I really want to get into like bees and all kinds of other stuff, if it's just opening a door, this is an easy thing to add. And there's space back here, right? Like I could lower that redstone and have a nice little farmland back here. But we're still discussing. I want to hear your feedback and stuff. So I'm trying to read what you guys are going to say too. Doesn't the buffed bone meal buff gaming? I don't know what you mean by gaming. You mean farming? Yeah, Jake, that's kind of where I'm at too. Is like, it could be amazing if you open the door and there's tons of grown crops. Or it could suck if the person before you was malicious and just decided to be a jerk and smashed all the crops or whatever, right? And there's no way to obviously auto plant stuff. Or if you get the upgrade 2 games in a row. Well, I mean, if you're not being mean and you're replanting yourself, then it'll be value, even if you get it 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row. A villager will plant, yeah, but villager's only going to really be able to plant one kind of crop, right? Otherwise, he gets loaded up with seeds, and I mean, I could have one villager for each type of thing back there, and then they're kind of competing what to plant. But the villager's going to also harvest it, yeah. Not a farm, but storage. You get access to a barrel with assorted crops. Yeah, Dead Knight, that's a more technical way of doing it. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like the staff meal idea, right? Where the staff meal idea that was posed was, you know, you get new food that isn't something that's served in the restaurant and you can eat it yourself, like steak or something like that. There could be a, like, you know, market order upgrade or something like that puts some food in a barrel, but it's technically possible, but it's just not as fun. I don't know. Well, like delivery truck or something like that, yeah. Just bees and crops. I mean, bees help the crops grow faster, but they don't solve the problem of someone tearing up the farmland before you and you getting in there and having nothing there. Even with bees, like bees don't, it's not like a 5x speed upgrade on growing crops. It's like occasionally a bee will pollinate a plant and maybe make it grow up an extra step. I just like the idea of there being like a secret farming area back here that you can open up. It's like, whoa, and like, you know, that feels fun to me. And now you can go back there and like plant 5 potatoes, 5 carrots or something like that. Like a greenhouse, yeah. Riscati, that could be how we theme it, actually, yeah. Yeah, I could have random bone meal dispensed. Can you... I'm getting it confused with something else, I think. If you bone meal the ground, if you bone meal the actual farmland, it doesn't grow the crops, right? You have to bone meal the crops, right? Because if I could hide the dispensers underneath the farmland pointing up, but yeah, I don't think it works that way. Something else works that way, I forgot. Yeah. What if players must plant their own crops? Well, that's what we're talking about, Rebels. That's the whole idea. Farm should be reset at the end. Yeah, we could reset it with water. Well, I think water has the chance of actually ruining the farmland too, which means I gotta then give them a hoe, which I really like to avoid, but... because then they control how many farmland spots are back there, which means the whole thing is going to be farmland, which takes away from the aesthetic look of it and stuff. Evil Notion with a piece of pie. I could be wrong, but I don't think upside down stairs kill farmland. If you put 3 more farm blocks behind the existing one under the wall and pull back the stairs, that could be cool. You're saying just to give them an extra 3 slots, Evil? Yeah, again, I don't think 3 more slots is an advantage, because you're not going to get enough natural growth there. You're still just going to use bone meal on it. In which case, what's the point? I think for more farmland to be valuable, you need enough where you'll actually start getting natural growth without having to expend bone meal. Or you do something with dispensers. What's up, Corgi? Can you check the pumpkins behind the farm? I think, yeah, they did destroy them. I gotta check them. It's low priority, but I know they need to be rebalanced. Greenhouse key. Yeah, Whimsy, I like that. I like that feel. Yeah, Noises, I'm struggling to kind of come up with something that doesn't have just way too much variance related to two factors. One, how nice the previous players were, and two, at what point in the game do you get this upgrade? I am entertaining some kind of like, it opens up a new area that has 3 more pieces of farmland, and those 3 pieces of farmland have a dispenser pointing at them, like, and it's called like farming automation or something like that. And every 60 seconds, I don't know, I'm making up a number, obviously it would require balancing, but every 60 seconds any crops there would be hit with bone meal. So it's like speed farming or something like that, right? It's not as thematically fun as the greenhouse or something like that, but that seems to work. Automatic irrigation or something like that. Yeah, it's basically just strictly superior farmland. And in fact, if we're doing that, then it doesn't even have to be a room. It could literally be like these 3 blocks are removed and there's farmland like right here or something like that, right? Like, I think it could be, let's see here. What's a good way to, I'd have to put some blocks here or something to hide the piston, but these blocks go up, those blocks go down, and then there's just farmland right behind it. How does that feel? You have to prevent them from pulling bone meal out of the dispenser? No, I don't. I would just only put the bone meal in when I want to trigger it. So I would drop a bone meal in, and when something hits it, it would automatically fire out. So there would never be any bone meal in the dispenser. It would just be like, the release wouldn't be on the dispenser. It would be on something that drops the item into the dispenser. You could block it with an item frame. I could block it with an iron trap door. It wouldn't look good. Okay, so I'm moving to this idea of like an automated dispenser idea. I think I like that a little bit better. Still trying to think of like, so they'll still have to plant the thing there, but anything that goes there will just grow up automatically, and we can control that rate. Wouldn't that just devalue tastier treats further? I think it's an alternative. I think tastier treats will still be good because most of the food you need on demand. I think what this automated farming will help you have a passive stockpile. So I mean, yeah, it will devalue tastier treats a little bit, only because it's like a competing system. But in the end, I think, let me put it this way. I don't want this to be strong enough where people have to stop manually farming. I think it just supplements it a little bit. It's trickle farming. Yeah. We'd have to figure out what the clock is for sure. We're talking in the order of, you know, minutes or something here. I think it has a place. Is there any way to make it more fun? Like, more of an activity thing. Like, instead of you getting the upgrade and it reveals it and then you plant the plants, like, maybe the farmer has to do something to, holy cow. Pause that train of thought. Doc Knox, thank you so much for the piece of pie. I could have farmed like 3 plots of farmland, each with its own villager. Only need a small amount for each villager since it's all automated for the player. You're just saying have 3 villagers each plant their own type of food and have them be isolated or something, Doc? Yeah, that would work. But they also grow the crops too. I don't know. I think villagers pose more problems, but I'm not sure. Ricker, thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really enjoy your discussion of game design within the stream. The entire season run up to Deck 2 was amazing because we got months of content about your masterwork. Before seeing it open its wings and take flight. Deck 3. I can't wait. It'll be fun. Ricker, thank you so much. Really, that is incredibly generous of you. Purple Dog, thank you for 51 months. Pitch, greenhouse key, access given to a room where occasionally random food will be dropped, plus a sound after a delay, unlock a hopper minecart underneath. This means players have to watch out for it and get a free crop, but it kind of gets like sucked up. Yeah. Can make the auto bone meal only work as long as the player keeps water in a cauldron, and you can empty the cauldron with water bottles. Maybe. What about an option with like a black market where you trade crops for expensive items like cake between beetroot soup? She made a farmer's market and they trade in bone meal like a currency and receive crops. I mean, that's basically just an auto bone mealificator. It's automatic farming. Yeah, because like one of the things with this whole upgrade is, with this whole season 2 thing, is not thinking about each individual task, but just thinking about like how busy the players are. You know, do they have enough to do? I mean, generally the answer is probably going to be yes, but do they have enough to do? And would it be fun to add more optional things, right? Everything is divided into like mandatory and optional. Well, mandatory, or, you know, mandatory, if they don't do it, they'll lose. Highly suggested, you know, otherwise there's a penalty, like the flood and the phone. Or optional, you know, something that just like makes their life a little bit easier in the end. And I'm trying to think if there's more like optional things that would, like, if there's something they could do that would slightly speed up this automatic bone meal process. Just if they've got a spare cycle here and there, they can run over, do the thing, bone meal, do the thing, bone meal. Okay, go back to what I really have to do now, right? It's always good to have a passive optional activity so that there's never a point where you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, and honestly, I think someone in the front of the house needs that more than the farmer, because the farmer right now has got feed treats to the dog for the most part. There are times the person in the front of the house is kind of like, not sure what to do right now. Compost the trash. I'm not sure what the compost idea is. And where would that space be in the front of the house? I have no idea. The front of the house, there's really no space for redstone. It really depends on what the task is and stuff like that. Mr. Menard, thank you for $2. Upgrade idea. Auto farmland. Auto crafter. Auto crafter with 1 slot. It consumes the crop. And after some time spits out a couple of grown plants. Advantage. It can help with growing stuff like beetroot while being able to. So just take out the farmland altogether, you're saying, like a magic box that you put in. Let's see. What do you put in it? Like you put in a seed or something? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Menard? Like I put in a beetroot seed and then it just gives me a crop automatically? Feels a little auto magical. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. Cam, thank you for the piece of pie. I like being some sort of POI that takes you away like a well or a doghouse. Exactly, yeah. Movement, something requiring movement. Maybe a greenhouse full of random crops or a delivery truck. Yeah. Cam, you got the right idea for sure. I totally agree with what you said, Cam. Like another location. Honestly, like something that on the other side or something in the barn. Players don't go in the barn until like day 7, right? If there was something else in the barn, that would be great. But there's really no room for it. Mandatory donations. Old school. Thank you so much. Wham Bam, thank you. Could have a farmer's market in quotes that's only accessible between rounds where they can buy upgrades or supplies. Could also introduce a tipping mechanic to generate funds. Interesting about the in-between thing. Like imagine like something that happened here. Like in between days, you got to pick something up. And then you'd have to plan ahead and like make sure you had empty slots available to accept whatever was here or something like market deliveries or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting. Delivery van or something. Yeah, interesting. I don't know if there's much redstone room here. In fact, I know there isn't, but that's a separate problem. There's no room anywhere here. It'd have to be in the ceiling or something like that. All right, let's stick to this. Right now, we're thinking of a few new farmland pieces are unveiled, unlocked, that you have access to, with dispensers that will periodically, at some rate, dispense bone meal onto them. Do we leave it at just that? Or is there a tweak to that item? To that, call it automated farming or something like that? I think it's decent. Obviously, it comes down to what the rate of that bone meal is, right? If the dispenser fails, will the bone meal stay inside? Good point. I could put a hopper underneath the dispenser and unlock that hopper like 1 second after the bone meal should have triggered. Could have a grow lights mechanic where you put seeds into a machine to get crops on a timer later. Yeah, that's kind of what Mr. Bernard was saying, I think, Risk. I don't know. Feels like a decent idea. I'm just debating if it's worth doing it right now and stuff. Like, is it... Let's see. I want to add a new one today. We could either add, we'll call it fertile farmland or something like that. I like that. That was a good idea. With semi-automated farming. We could add, staff meals or catered meals, or I'm not sure what it would be called, but where a new food is made available somehow to the players. That food is not a food that any customer would order. It is strictly for the players to eat. Lunch break or something like that is a good idea. Yeah. I like the idea of lunch break. That's a fun name. Lunch break. Staff meals are provided daily. You're still voting for berries? Still on the bush? Someone would break that berry bush within like a day. But it's not a bad idea, I suppose. Yeah, steak is painful to get in bulk. Cooked steak, at least. Any steak is painful to get in bulk. Were there any other... Oh, morning prep. Yeah. That was the other one. Morning prep. Delay the time before customers start arriving. All right, can we get a poll, mods, between fertile farmland, where you have semi-automated farming with a paste dispenser, lunch break, where staff meals are provided daily, or morning prep, where you delay the time before customers start arriving? Which one of those is more appealing to you guys, and which one would you like to work on? How does morning prep interact with the phone? I don't know. I would think that doesn't change anything. The phone could still ring during morning prep. Thank you, Dead Knight. Morning prep sounds really good. Yeah, and again, it comes down to what that time is. We're not talking, you're not going to get like 2 minutes. It's going to be, we're adding seconds before the first customers come in. Seconds meaning less than a minute. I don't know what that number would be yet. Morning prep is so powerful. See, that's not a true statement. It's not powerful. If it's 2 seconds, it's not powerful. It just depends on what the number is. And we have that dial to change. So whatever we set that dial to will determine how powerful it is. It's not implicitly powerful. Unfortunately, I can't see polls unless I open up this window over here. And apparently I still can't see polls. Dismiss this message. What should we do? Interesting. Okay. Morning prep. Morning prep seems to be winning. Okay. Let's look at morning prep. Now, I haven't even thought about how this would be implemented yet. What? Really? How does all this work? This is the customer scheduler over here. What does lunch break do? Just got here. It would add some amount of food daily for the players to eat themselves. So they wouldn't have to like make potatoes and stuff like that. You have space for all the upgrades in Upgrade Bank? Yeah. There was one that was empty, as it was, I think. Let me go double check, though. I know there's one that's empty. Can never, ever find the upgrade stuff. Here it is. Staying. Fiery furnace may change. I'm not sure yet. Speedy service state. This one here. So we can put it right there. Yeah, we have one slot available. Okay. So let me see here. You're gonna have to give me a minute here. I gotta remember how this redstone works. Right. This is how many customers. Like, I still want to start the day, and I don't want to batch up the customers and then release them in a rush. I just want to not start the clock that starts sending out the customers. I think that the delay of how to make a delay isn't the question. It's where in the system does this all go? What? Okay, so this right here, powering that dropper spits an item over there. This one contains the customers that still have yet to come into the restaurant. This one contains the number of customers that are currently created and waiting to be served. So if I don't pulse this clock, oh man, this is confusing. This turns on and extends this over the observer. That's what triggers that line. That observer's watching the piston. What is this one for? What's... Oh, this hurts my brain. I don't remember how this works. Okay, so this is the main serving clock right here. Etho hopper clock. This one's just adding extra items to the side or something. I don't remember what that does. And it's only when that piston updates every cycle that this observer ticks, hits that block if it's extended, and then we'll push one item over. This has got to all be powered off, though. What is... It's powering that torch. That dust right there is powering that torch there. That is being powered by that repeater. Oh, so only when customers are queued up. So I probably just want to stop items from even being put into here. Yes. Okay, this is it. This is what puts the amount of customers in for the scheduled day. I don't remember how that increases or something. Music will start. Yes, upgrades will happen. Floods will happen. Everything will happen normally, except customers won't come into your restaurant. So you'll still have interruptions and everything. Yes, it would be nice to have like a custom audio track that was like calm and peaceful or something like that, but that's not going to happen. But what I could do though is have a sound that goes off when morning prep finishes. I like that, maybe. Let's see here. So this is a clock that powers that dropper, which pushes items in. So it's a question of how long this clock is active for. That's when the game is active. I don't remember how it scales up the customers per day. It's been so long since I've done this redstone. Because it's this. Yeah, let me go over there with myself, with my face. All right, so it should be this dropper here getting power. Oh wait, that gets powered there too. So this one only powers when the game starts. That turns on, powers here through a pulse limiter, which just adds a few customers. Why is that necessary? Hang on. Oh, is it this? No, it's slowly coming back to me, guys. This guy, yeah, this observer chain here is the one. Okay, so day, when the day becomes active, pulse limiter, 4 tick, we're gonna get 2 updates there. Oh, is it adding 2 more customers each day? I think that's how it works. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Totally just redstoning by myself right now. Right, because the customers, as they're served, customers that are waiting to be served are in this dropper. This line is when the customers are served and they spit into this hopper, which just, I mean, it gets locked temporarily, but when the day is unlocked, it just flows back. So, okay. It's not an absolute number of customers every day. It's just a delta that we're adding on to the previous day. And it looks like we're adding a baseline when the game starts right here. And then every other day we're adding, or maybe even day 1 too, we're adding more we're adding 2 more customers is what it sounds like. Right, because that's going to pulse limit there. We're going to get an on and an off there. 2 updates on that. Observer chain down there, which is going to power that block, which is going to spit new guys up into that hopper and put them into there as a pending customer. All right, so that's how that works. Unfortunately, customers come from 2 places, game start and day start. You also decrease their patience, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but that's done elsewhere. What happens if they make an outgoing call during prep time? Yeah, I don't know. Don't confuse me yet. I'll have to think about that, though. You're right. Read risk of T above. Can we delay the arrival of the day start signal to this entire module? Just artificial lag? No, because the game starts, and when the game starts, what I was just saying, from my understanding, this is the game start line right here, and it pushes the item across and toggles the state here. So when there's an item in this dropper here, the game is on. That powers through here and does a... basically, it's how we get... What is it? 5 customers on the first day, but then 2 additional customers each day after that. That's why we have 2 separate systems. Game start does the initial seed of customers, and then we delta that by 2 every day after that. So I'd have to block both of those spots, which I could probably do. I could lift. The problem is I need the game to start, so all the other stuff happens. Ignore the current module you're looking at. It's a later spot you want to block. No, if I go to a later module, then I'm gonna have customers that are queuing up, because they're all gonna be sitting in here waiting. The system's gonna think that there's customers out waiting to be served. I think if we go after this module, like if I delayed over here, I mean, we're never gonna get a signal over here. This is the customer creation module over here. If I delay this signal that creates the customers, then those customers are just never gonna be created. I think. I don't know. Let me see. If I allow the customers to come in here and then just don't tick this, the problem is that gets, let's see here. Hold on. No, maybe you're right, as usual. If I delay, what unlocks this clock here? Because this is the customer serving clock. If I just lock this so it can't start, I suppose that's probably better. You're right. It can be locked in a couple of ways. There has to be, if there's no customers pending, the clock is locked. If the, what is this? What line is this? What line is this? What line is this? Is this day active? I don't know what line this is. Whatever's powering that torch. Probably day active as well. If I added a third way to lock this clock, I'm not gonna be able to do this on stream. I really gotta think. Yeah. I think this is the answer right here, though. I need a third condition where this clock is locked. Right now I have 2. If I put like a, where is it? Yeah, this isn't even used. That's not even used. If I did this and had, well, that's powering that. Let's see, we'll try. Nope, can't do that. Anyways, if I basically powered this block for morning prep as well, then yeah, that would theoretically work. So if I had a morning prep line come over, I gotta figure out what this is. What is this line right here? It's under here. Repeater on that. Dust on that. Oh, comparator on this. What does this do again? Player started the day. It kicks an item over. I think that's just day active. Oh, yeah. This is the day active line. Right, that makes sense. So it's basically, as it is right now, the customer clock starts if the day is active and there are customers waiting to enter the restaurant. There are customers that need to enter the restaurant, which makes sense. And if I added a third condition here that also said, if it's morning prep, keep the clock locked, I think that would simply solve it. In which case, how long are we thinking? How long are we thinking for morning prep? What the heck happened? Went from 2.4K viewers down to 1K? I did redstone on stream. That's what happened, Babalu. It happens every time. You do it in videos or you do it in stream. Boop, I'm out. But this is what I need to do, so. 15 seconds? That sounds like... I was thinking 30 seconds. 20, 30. Dead Knight, you think 30 is too long? That's a long time. $30 will bore viewers. What? They're still gonna be playing the game. 30 seconds is over before you know it. Yeah, how long is a freezer run? Let me think. I think a freezer run is like 25 seconds. To get in there, to hit the snowball. And if you want a quad cod, you gotta hit the snowball. You gotta hit the button 4 times. You gotta hit it. You gotta wait for the delay. You gotta go again. I'm gonna go 30 seconds, I think. 30 seconds was my gut. All right, so if we have a redstone line, we might be able to actually do this here. Let's see here. If let's see, how do I wanna, let me get up here. All right, so if I have a 30-second clock that powers that block, that will oh, did I just break the hopper clock though? Nope. We're good. We're good. As long as it goes into that, we're good. Yeah, so I think it's that. All right, what's the best way to get a 30-second clock? Etho hopper clock, right? And then there's the other one. Let me break all this. Same system as the crafter? For what? The 30-second clock? No, I think... What's the, let's see. There's another one that I kind of do, and I'm going to forget how it works. Let's see here. See if I can remember it. There's 2 hoppers. Whoops. There's 2 hoppers going into each other, and then a block goes up, and I think there's a torch there with... I always have to look this up. And there's like a comparator. I've used this elsewhere. Where have I used this? How does this work? Is there... Is it this? Is that it? And then you just pulse this. Let me try. Bloop. Yeah, that works. So as long as, we could just say as long as this torch is on here, right? If I add more items. It's a simple self-resetting thing. Torch on, torch on, torch on. Torch off. All right, we'll do that. Okay. Probably better if I just made this right there. So let's move this over a little bit. If we have the room. No. Let's not. Let's just do... I'm bad at redstone. Over here. It's in an awkward spot. I should just back it up a little, but then I'll forget how to make it again. So let's just do that. Yeah, this is gonna be ugly, but whatever. All right, and then boom, 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 boom. Good enough, right? I think that'll do it. All right, so if we want 30 seconds, 0.4, what is that, 72 items, right? 72 times 0.4 is 30, I think, and it's while they're going forward, not while they're going back. Yeah, so we're good, I think, yeah. So that's on, off, on, right? So I've got some items, and let's just take some of these out right now, just so I can test it. Boom. And then up here, that hopper clock is locked because that torch is on. And then the torch turns off and everything else will override. So I think we're good like that. Let's put we need a pulse limiter in here now. Do I have a sticky? Uh-oh. Woo! Almost lost my redstone box. All right. Throw a pulse limiter in the ground there. And repeater. Bop, bop, bop. And now this can be that upgrade line right here. Right, and then let me get a little sign here. Didn't I just break a sign? Oh, right here. So this will be morning prep upgrade. How does it notify each day? Oh, good point. Good point, good point, good point. This is an and between the morning prep and the day start is what I need. Okay. Let me back this up a little bit. Thank you for saying that. Actually, I still wanted that there. This is game on. I need the daily start line. Where's the closest? Game active. Day active is the blue line. All right, so if I ran the blue line across here, do I have any wool? I have any light blue wool? That would be a bonus. Doink. All right, so if that's gonna come over here, boink, 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 and gate, and run this. Nope. I think if I do this, let's see. There's a lot of boinking going on, yeah. Right, and then that's the day active. But that's going to stay on, but that's fine because we got the pulse limiter. So as long as the upgrade is on and the day becomes active, it'll turn that off and do that. And then the day will start again, which will turn that off. Okay, I think we're good. Right? So now this is morning prep upgrade. And this is just the day start line. That can go there. It's just going to lock before the day start line unlocks the clock, or will a single customer be able to get out? Yeah, I see what you're saying. So this is the day start line here. That's going to turn that off. And I should be doing this off camera. I'm sorry, guys. There's only like 6 people in chat who care what I'm doing right now. Just test it and see. No, I don't like that philosophy because it just takes longer. It's better to just figure something out for a few seconds. Unless it's really complicated and I can't. But the question is, what's the delay between the day starting here, which we're looking at 1. Well, that definitely doesn't need to be a 4 tick. Let's kick that down to a 2, enough to turn to toggle the torch. 1, 2, 3. We're looking at like a 4 or 5 tick delay here. So if I just add a little bit of delay here, maybe it already has it. No. If there's a little delay right here, then we'll be fine. This line right here. So in other words, by adding this here, I'm saying no matter what, I just added an 8 tick delay to all customers entering the restaurant for all purposes. But that's good enough to allow this day start to start first, I think, and turn this torch on before that one turns off, I think. Let me just be safe and add a little bit more there. So I am adding a second or 2 before customer comes in, but I think that solves that. Okay. Now let's bring this over here. Interesting. Day start is going in this direction. Oh, right, because it goes all the way around. Yeah, okay. Well, that's convenient. What's the poll? I don't even want to know. Uh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, good enough. Good enough. I think we just added the feature. Now I just need to add the line. This is the hairy part. This is the part that's just crazy. How do I... First of all, I gotta find it again. Here it is. It's just a fun poll. Care in chat? Yeah. Except Dead Knight, the poll doesn't include the 1,500 people that have left already. Oh well. All right, so I take the available line, and that's this one here. Oh, is this actually going somewhere already? Where's this going? Oh, it's the old farm pass-through. We're gonna hijack the crap out of that. Oh, farm pass-through. Old school there. Where is that? Now, where is that? I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going, it's this line right here. I gotta hook that up to that. It's spaghetti time. It's spaghetti time. All right. We bust through the wall there, go under there, over here. How are we gonna get it from? All right, let's start from where the sign is. This is gonna be crazy. All right, so maybe if we go below it, it's this line right here. Oof. Oof. Man. What's the best way to do this without headaches? And without getting lost 17 times. The spaghetti is, there's so much spaghetti. I know, it's impossible. Running these upgrade lines was just a nightmare. I mean, because it's just like redstone signals have to go to basically anywhere in the whole. Figure out what's wrong with your armor stand stuff. Explain in Discord. Ooh. I gotta read it because I want to know. 70% problems configurable. I'm maybe 80% sure this value seems to be basically how often checks for redstone power item frames game ticks. Default is 0. Disabling animation recommends a value of 16, which works with pulse length of 2.4. Tick repeaters being 100% reliable. And the other pulse length is a random chance if the one ticket check overlaps stays powered. PLDLR, extend your pulse length or drop this config value to 8 or less. Yeah, I probably can't drop it to 8 or less, Brett, because that would just start impacting server load. Because that's going to be sampling every item frame, every 8 ticks on the server. So lowering that number is bad. So, Brett, is it an issue with... Is it an issue of the first pose? Like that, I thought the theory was it was the first pose of the armor stand update, the first pose of their patience stomping the order override. Which one of them should I be delaying? Should I be delaying the instant order? The pulse is simply small enough to fit between samples. Oh, because it's not a full-time, it's not an always on signal. It's just a, gotcha. That makes more sense. So I don't need to delay the signal. I need to extend the signal, which is exactly the word you used. Okay. That makes sense. Because this is just like we're essentially have a 4-tick signal here. That's happening, but it's random whether or not it samples. Yeah, so I need to leave this on for a little bit longer. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's a problem for future Tango. All right, let's go. How are we gonna run this now? Back to GD Cam here. I think it's this line here, which goes to this line here, right? That's the one that's upgrade that's available. Can I just blast straight through here? Oh, I can. What if we just go back all the way back here? Yeah, and just get lazy and then have it sneak up through the back here. Let's do that. Wait a minute. What is this? No idea what this is. More random nonsense. I have no idea what that is. It's obviously redstone, powered redstone signaling. I don't want to power that. I gotta make sure we don't power that. Extend the extendificator. All right, where's the signal? Where's the signal? It is available. This one down here. Okay, so if I go up and power this block here that I'm standing on, we are fine. And then let me make sure I can break through all this. Oh, I can't. Or can I? I'm terrified of breaking dust here because I didn't put it on smooth stone. All right, well, let's see what happens. Okay, and now we can go back down. And now I think this is a beast. I know it's got to go down now and go under this, and we're just gonna take it out super wide. Okay, we're good. We're good. We just got to go lower now. In fact, let's go lower here. I'm not proud of this, but it is what it is. And I would argue that doing this upgrade system, it's almost impossible to keep this clean. All right, I think, let me just make sure before I get going here. Yeah, technically we're good. They're cub raiders? Did we just get raided by a cubby? Oh my gosh. Tango's Cough, 37 months. Thank you. Mayonnaise, thank you for the gifted subs. And Frog Joe from 12 minutes ago. Holy cow. I just got an internship as a game animator at one of my dream studios. Oh, that is amazing. Are you serious? I am so happy for you right now because I know that feeling. Oh, congrats, Frog Joe. Congrats. And I know that studio. That's amazing. You are incredibly lucky. Good for you. Good for you. I'm super happy. All right, we out far enough? Yeah, let's go a little bit farther. Be nice if I had a shovel. All right. Okay, we can actually go back a couple blocks to where this is. We'll just go here. Yeah, in retrospect, I won't use wool again in the future. It's nice, the colors, but it's a plain. It's a plain. It's a pain to place, not to place, but when you want to pick it up, it's a pain because it's so slow to break, or you got to get shears and stuff like that. So in the future, I'll probably use concrete or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to have to carry another tool around. Yeah, I would say concrete's good. All right, let's start skedoodling up here. We got to go to there. So yeah, we can start stepping up now. Can't believe I'm adding more upgrades to this game. It's not really what I intended to do, but you know, here we are. All right, we're gonna need a spot for the repeater here, so let's get that in here. Let's go straight a couple. Nice, Hygen. Concrete or terracotta works great. Yeah, I think concrete. It's more vivid. Terracotta, the colors aren't vivid enough. They kind of blend together because they're all a shade of red. All right, just to be clear, we just got to power into this, so we're at a good spot. Let's turn and kick it up. Glazed terra. We do not speak of the glazed terracotta here. Risk. That's right. I didn't need that torch anyways. Okay. Bam. Okay, right. Morning prep upgrade, yes. Okay, now. I'm gonna need more redstone. What? Look at my inventory. It looks like Skiz is playing this game right now. What the heck? Cocoa beans, buttons. I should save this rotten flesh, honestly. Okay, good enough. Glazed donuts are better than glazed terracotta. Oh yeah, remember that time I was gonna get more redstone? That's a bit much. Oh well. Yeah, the offhand flesh is really carrying its weight right now. I know, right? All right, are we good there? That wasn't... Yeah, that's... How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Ooh, I did cheat. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, yeah. All right, I think we just added the upgrade. What's up, Serenity44? Welcome. Can you put in a skiz button that drops one? Fumar Basilisk, that's amazing. And I can just like be off camera like boop, boop, boop. Pressing the button to release one rat. I love it. I absolutely love that idea. Okay. I think we're good. Let's just double check here. Now that available. In fact, let's just go change that. If I can get over there, which I can't. Okay, so available is now going to be morning prep, which turns this guy right here, which lowers that, which powers this line. Repeater down, over, repeater, up, repeater, and in. And smart people told me I needed the end gate with the day start, so every day that will trigger. I think we're good. Are you forgetting anything? What, adding a mushroom cow to the barn that would periodically appear and call it secret cow level for the meal break? What would be the meal? Someone would kill the cow, Red. Time to confuse you with phone calls. Yeah. All right, let's see what the phone call does. My brain is almost full. Phone call system. Phone call. I mean, I know somewhere over here is the phone call line. What is happening right now? Am I drunk? Can you not? Why is that so? Has this always been the case? You can't read signs with a block above them? Wow. Never knew that. That's how people do road strat under. Oh, right. Signs are a little bit taller than one block. All right, I think that says phone call made. Add one customer early. But I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one here. Let me just follow this down briefly. This probably goes over to the phone system. Yes. Okay. What's this other one out of curiosity? Where is it? What is this one? All right, because there's two here. This one is... looks like an upgrade. Oh, this is... when you make a phone call. This is an outgoing phone call. How does this work? What is this doing? That redstone does nothing. This redstone does nothing. Oh no, that's powering that, and it goes down that way. Yes. Okay. This is the incoming phone line right here. That is extended when I think the day is... oh no, this is the cutoff. Crap, how does this work? I don't remember how this works. But I think we can fast forward this to when a phone call is made. That block is extended. It powers into this redstone, which then goes over here and releases a customer. So let's see. The question regarding the phone is if they make a phone call during prep. It will queue up another customer. But how does this work? Oh. Yes. That's going across the same line that the clock goes across. So yeah, it will release a customer early as of right now, I believe. Because this is the customer release clock, and every time it updates, this observer powers this block, which would be extended, and signals this line here, which kicks a customer over into the active customer line, which actually goes through the process of creating the customer, I believe. This line goes through the same system, and this is when the phone call is made. The question is, like, design-wise, is that good or bad? I feel like that's fine. Right? It does encourage you to make a phone call because that extra customer is now going to come in during prep, which negates some of the caution normally advised to ringing the phone, which is you're going to get another customer intermixed with your normally scheduled customers. So, like, really, it means on, like, day 5, if you have morning prep, you can still ring the phone right away. It's kind of giving you a really other strong advantage, though. I don't know that it's fine because, like, no one rings the phone on day 6, 7, and 8, and arguably you could do that now. As long as you serve that customer right away. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. That's the debate, but I think it will increase the number of phone calls made. You could arguably call every day. By ringing, you sacrifice your prep time. It depends. Yeah. Mushroom soup, Red. And they have to, but they have to still get the bowl themselves. If they have to go get the bowl themselves, because right, that's how you make mushroom soup. You right click on a mushroom cow. By the way, there's the issue of getting a mushroom cow over here, which I'm not crazy about. I could pay Scar to do it. Put a pin in the phone discussion for right now. The idea is that we have a mushroom cow in the barn. The players have to go get their own bowl. Would they? I mean, it's not as much of an advantage, though, because you still have to work for your food. Whisper, no, absolutely not. Siri, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, I'm really bad. Yeah, and then risks. Ugh, I'm horrible, guys. I'm so sorry. I am horrible at notifications today, guys. You guys are amazing. Rickster with 20 gift subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wham Bam, $5 because you have a farmer's market that's only accessible between rounds. That's okay. We did get that one. I got some of these. Master Death, thank you for the biddies. If you look at my previous message, good the thing with green or just lay some mending books on the ground to. I don't know what you're saying, Master Death. I'm sorry. OMG Waffle, thank you so much. I'd like to hit filling a cauldron with water and every minute taking a bottle out. These are from like an hour ago, so guys. I'm sorry, I missed these. And then Seaweed, I missed you twice. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I am missing the notifications today, or I'm not hearing that. Like I don't even hear them going off. My brain's in the redstone in the upgrade process. I apologize if I missed you guys. I'm sorry. Bread, got it. Thank you. Okay, so here's the question with the phone call. I'm not sure on the cow thing because the mushroom cow thing is cute, but it forces you two issues. One, I got to get a cow over here. I could have Scar do it. but you got to like go to the terminal and get a bowl and then eat your soup, and then you've got a bowl, you've got trash that you've got to throw away. It devalues the benefit of getting food, I think. Someone else said something I wanted to read too. What was it? All right, so the phone thing, what do we think? If we have morning prep, it will it will encourage teams to make calls earlier in the morning more frequently because they have that time and they're only going to get that one customer. How do we feel about that? Do we feel that's too OP and it's going to lead to too many item frames? Or is that just part of the inherent value of morning prep? No noises. I mean, and in reality, it also comes down to the dial, the timer we put on what do you call it? How long morning prep is. Right now we're 30 seconds. If we shorten that, it starts to making that call now starts to become a little bit dangerous because it could overlap with your first customer now, in theory. All right, so we're going to ignore the phone issue basically, and I think we're done. All right, I need to make, we've been streaming a long time here. I need to make papers for morning prep and get those into the system now. Let me, so let's see. All right, we added new upgrade, morning prep. I like that. Morning prep is fun. What percentage the item frame? Maybe tweak that. I don't know. I feel like that's in a good spot right now. Players are encouraged to dial the phone, but if we raise that too much, what am I doing? I just forgot. Oh, making the papers. Is it 20%? I don't know if it's 20% or 25. Papers. One paper. Come on. I have to go back to my base for this. I think I gotta go back to my base. Papers! Alright. So, we want... let's see. Let me put this stupid rotten flesh back because it's annoying me. Don't fall through! Nope. Over here. So close. So close. I can't even get out now either. All that powdered snow up there serves absolutely no purpose except to annoy me. Upgrade idea. I'm full on upgrade ideas. The butcher. More time between the piston holding the target so you can easily double ding or... Nah. I like the way the freezer is 100% right now. I'm not going to change anything with the freezer. Alright, where is zombie flesh? There we go. Doink. Doink. Alright. Okay, back to the anvil. Back to the anvil. Alright. Here we go. This one's going to be called morning prep. And the lore on it is I don't want to put a number on this because I want to have the freedom to be able to tweak the number, so I'm just going to say delay the time before. That's long-winded. Customers. Delay customer arrival. Delay. Or just say extra prep time, yeah. Extra prep time before customers arrive. I think that's good. Before any customers arrive. No. I mean, at that point, it's customer. Should it be customer or customers? Technically should be singular, I think, but for some reason they keep wanting to say it should be plural. But extra time before first customer arrives. I think that's pretty clear. All right. Boom. We need 20. Right, because 18, 1, and then 1 in the box. So we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do... this is going to be name. And then... lore. And I didn't have my rockets again. What am I doing wrong? Oh, it's the append thing. Right. Lore has to be appended. And name can be copied. All right. And then we need to color it. Boom. Right. Morning prep. Extra time before first customers. Right. All right. Good. I'm excited. Game's gonna play very differently now. You got it, Red. All right, so I need 1 there and those there. Okay. So then that item will stack with that, and I'll go in there, and I think we're good. Anything else I'm forgetting for morning prep? Are we gonna play test tonight? No, we can't. I've already been streaming 3.5 hours, and we're still not done. Oh, I probably should I add right now this even if this is working, it's got no feedback. It's very unsatisfying. I feel like it needs an audio when the day starts. What do we think? Like, I don't know what that sound would be, and I don't want to go messing with sounds right now, but something that, like, because it's doing 2 things. 1, it's letting them know the day start, and 2, it's letting them know the upgrade worked. right? As of right now, they're going to kind of have this feeling in the back of their head, like, and they're going to be questioning, like, was that longer? I guess that was longer. But if there's a sound, it's like, okay, good. My upgrade is working, and that's important. Add a dinner bell. Sound of a rooster. Is there anything in vanilla I could do? A villager bell. What's the radius of a villager bell? I should know this because I've used it and decked out both times. 50 blocks, I think, right? What if we just redstone power a bell? That's not a bad idea. Or, you know, maybe give it a couple dings. Too many bells already? There's no bells in here already. I don't know if I have a bell. Oh, that's a lot of words. Gotcha, Master Disc. I think you're saying it's like a joke to troll Green or something like that. Which would be pretty funny. Literally every time a customer enters the restaurant, there's a bell sound. Okay, you have a certain definition of a bell sound. That bell sound is very different than the sound that a in-game bell makes. Do I have one? I'm not seeing one, right? Am I blind? It would be there. Does anyone know who might have one? And in my ender chest? I do have like a miscellaneous thing somewhere. Can I just like... You guys want to just like come on and log in for me? It's terrifying. You guys know my ender chest storage better than I do. Thank you. Oh, let me see if I like the sound. What do we think? Is that... It's not very exciting, right? It's not very in theme with the game. I feel like it's an actual sound with a note block would be better, right? What do you guys think? That feels very meh. Meh. I got my name, my decisive dinner rockets. Yeah. Despite Lomax's comments, I do think a rooster would be good. All right, well, let's just go. We'll hook this up for now, just to see if it's working. Did I miss the gaming district? Oh. Does a chicken head make a sound? Yeah, we're actually using that right now. When you press the button to get an egg, it makes the chicken sound. Let's see where we would put this, though. You know, I mean, honestly, like, does it make sense? Does it make sense to put a sound at the end of morning prep or right at the beginning of morning prep? Because now I'm thinking maybe it's the opposite of what we were thinking. It's you guys think at the end? Because this torch here would be a simple one for like, hey, morning prep just started. But that would have to be, I don't know what that sound would be though. But it would be more confirming. It would be more like, okay, this is our free time. Oh, put a rooster in the. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Why not both? I mean, I have two different sounds. I think one in the beginning is fine though. I mean, it confirms that the feature's working. All right, I'm just gonna leave that for now. Can you power a bell from below it and make it do its thing? Will that work? Okay, that works. I don't even know if that's going to be in range or not, but I'm just going to leave this here. Well, we'll have to find a better sound for it later. Okay. Is there anything else I wanted to do today? We do have like the fertile farmland and the lunch break upgrade ideas, but I also don't really have a slot open now in the upgrades. So I'd have to either extend the system or, hey, everybody, look, I can't find the upgrades. Why? There it is. Or I'd have to take one out. Arguably right now, Fiery Furnace is probably the worst one. But even that was starting to get some love. Cubby liked it. Cubby really liked it. But I'm okay also with having some bad upgrades. Like, they need to be in there for the system to, you know. If every upgrade is good, then it's like, we always win, you know. So, I like where this is at. And I don't think there's any that I want to take out. I mean, there's some that are doubles, like extra slots are in there twice. And +1 tables in there twice, but that's intentional. Ready to order? Ready to order was taken out, Frog. Wait, it's already been taken out and replaced with, which one was it? Decisive Diners. We added really two cool features here. Decisive Diners and Morning Prep. We've added really two good upgrades that are really going to spice up the game. We've changed the bone meal, like the tastier treats, faster crafting conundrum. So they're not going to be as required, hopefully. So we've done a lot to improve the game today. I'm trying to think if there was anything else on my list, because I do need to wrap it up. I want to do something with the phone, but that's beyond the scope of today, for sure. Oh, we wanted to do layout changes. We could do that real quick. Because if that may be quick, I don't know. Let's discuss that. I don't think I have any cyan concrete here. I really wish I did. So we may have to use temp blocks. All right, someone tell me where my cyan concrete is. Oh, do I have a concrete box? That'd be great. I don't think I do. I don't think I have a concrete box, right? No. Got a wool box. Nope. What was decided on the new farmland option? It's still a decent idea. It's on hold right now. I also want to replace all the mushroom in the floor. Yeah, I agree, but it's also not really causing a problem. I think it's happened once in 100 games. But yes, it would be good to do. It would be so easy to put that pulse extender, and it wouldn't be so cool to see instances. Okay, fine. I gotta go read your message now. If I do my math right, it actually says recommend 16. It would be a pulse extender that solves the problem. Just make sure a fair amount. What? Bot is struggling. But let's do layouts first. People want to see layout changes more than they want to see more redstone. All right. And I don't even know if there's gonna be. I believe you, Bread. I'm not doubting your redstone prowess. I'm doubting my ability to understand it on stream after I've been doing redstone for 4 hours. All right, let's talk about layout changes here. And for starters, I don't know that I'm even doing it. I'm not even sold that we're gonna do any more. Here are things that are off the table. Okay, we're not adding more tables. We could arguably take a table away, but I'm definitely not adding more tables. That is literally impossible for me to do. I'm not moving some of the things that I really like in the kitchen. Like I'm probably going to leave this here and the lights and stuff like that. I'm not going to move any systems anywhere. So all we're really talking about is like, like, oh, we're adding a wall, right? That's it. That's all we're talking about. Please fix the carpets in the locker hall. I could care less about that. It makes kids happy. I feel like the windows need to be too tall so people can take advantage of the new order upgrade more frequently. Huh? These windows here? Oh, removing the windows. The problem is armor stand names show up through walls anyway, so the windows really aren't even serving a purpose. The windows don't do anything, technically. You just see the different comments. What? Sorry. A lot of comments going by. I mean, make them 2 blocks tall so you can read it better through the walls. You're saying make this glass here? I don't understand what that does. You don't look up here to see the armor stands. If you could fully see the customers at this height. What am I missing? So when you have the order, you can see from far away for parallax. When you have the order, you can see from far away. Can you not see the heads perfectly through here? I mean, I'm not against adding some glass. I thought you could. But sure. But regardless, I'm not going to do windows now because I want to see where the walls are going to be first and where the windows might even be. So crazy thoughts I had, and I don't know whether this is good or bad or not, was to take this table out and divide, again, just crazy thoughts, right? Completely divide the into like 2 separate dining areas. That had to be run independently. That would definitely add some difficulty. And with 6 tables, we're still fine because the most tables you can get is 3 plus 3. Oh wait, no, it is. You could unlock all 7. So I'd have to take out one of the +1 tables, I suppose, because right now you could technically unlock all 7 tables, I think, right? Because you start with 3, 2 +1 upgrades, and a +2 upgrades. That's 7 tables. So, and it would free up a slot. But regardless of +1 tables and upgrades, like, is that more fun? Or, I mean, it's definitely more challenging, right? Because now you gotta, like, check this one. You gotta check this one over here. And, like, but would you, though? Or would you just start relying on the armor stand seeing through the walls, you know? It sounds a little annoying, I know. So I'm not sold on it at all. You'll need to see the patience, yeah. Starts to feel a little claustrophobic. Yeah, I agree. Well, Max, thank you. Are you open to making one of the rooms a fancier dining experience? No, there's really no way for me to do that. There's no way to make like one side be, this is a VIP table or anything like that. I arguably could make a table that is like, it's the impatient table. Like any customer that comes in this right slot, like you better feed them fast. But that would be game breaking, I feel like, because as soon as something difficult shows up there, it's like the Karen table, yeah. The other idea is to add a wall here. Maybe there's a door, maybe there isn't. I don't know. I don't know how much that changes. It feels claustrophobic. Does it change gameplay enough? Like what we're looking at it, what we're looking for is changing the layout in a way that improves gameplay and makes it more interesting. Now farm can't get easy access to item frames. Yeah. But does it... You know, if you really wanted to get evil too... Well, no. Because then they could store items there. Urgh. Carpet some honey as a spill out of the dining area. Make it rough to go through. If you go through the wrong door, you have to go around, which makes flood way more punishing. Carpet some honey as a spill out in the dining room. Not sure what you mean as a spill out. I would like something that encourages minecart use more, for sure. Because right now it's rarely used. It's pretty much all the door, especially once you get... You're just saying, just put honey in the floor, period, just for... I guess? What are they noises? You think it should auto return at the end of each game? Nate, that implies there's a return. Which direction do you think is the return spot? Make an upgrade that lets you call the cart? Yeah, see, I think that's useless noises. Because if you add in the time it takes to request the cart, to then ride the cart, it's like... It's way longer than taking the door. Go via door in the dining room, and the dining room wall should be between two tables, so you don't lose capacity. Yeah, I could put the... Why can't I place a block there? Oh, I got armor stand stuff here, so I'd have to do something. But you're saying... Oh, this is gonna mess up my armor stands. You're saying put a wall through here. You think the kitchen side is the default side, Nate? I guess. There's plenty of times where you're in the back by the dog getting treats or something, and then the Aruga goes off, and it would be nice to just ride the minecart up front. Walls in kitchen and dining room, and doors only in the dining room. Oh, I see. You're saying essentially this? Push that to the wall? Is that what you're saying, Zing? Interesting. And I like that this being a window, but now that greatly increases like the gotta go all the way around to get over here. Who designed this kitchen? Right? That's gonna be the most common thing said. And remove gray walls. Oh, you're saying get rid of this? This is the worst kitchen design ever, I know. Like, just have this be all wide open. Interesting. I mean, then there is the issue of the floor texture and stuff. Like right now, I'm kind of relying on that to change it from, if there was just a kitchen floor to a seating floor, that might be a little weird. And I don't see too much advantage to taking this wall out. I mean, arguably, I could put the door over here more, but... What's the flood problem? If the flood was released, there's probably spots where it may not cover the whole kitchen now, but I think you would have, how many are there? 2 or 3? There's 3 flood drops, right? There's one right around here. I don't remember where they are. I think there's 3. So assuming none of them are right. Oh, one's right there. So I might have to move those or something like that, but I don't see that being a problem. I don't see that being a problem. I just have to relocate them, I think. Interesting. I mean, so this definitely makes it like, wow, that's a lot of moving things around. It's just a lot more like, it's painful. I think generally everyone's going to hate that. Makes the minecart, but it does make the decision between minecart and farm door better for sure. Makes it more interesting. Right? Because if you're here and you want to get to the farm, now you're definitely looking to take the minecart. Stereo base, yeah. I mean, that's what I said. I'm not like pushing for a floor change. I'm only like, only if it really makes the game more interesting. Right now, this definitely makes the game more challenging, but does it make it more fun? Sometimes challenging is fun. Sometimes challenging is just frustrating. If I had to make a decision right now, I'm saying, yeah, we just leave it the way it is. But if there was something that made the players feel clever, like, you know, if I could put a barrel here in the wall as like a transfer, that'd be great. Because now it's starting to add like a little bit of like, boom, here, take it. You take it out. Okay, go. That's like a way to transfer items, but then that just becomes storage. If somehow adding more wall, here's what it comes down to. If adding more walls somehow added more cooperation and teamwork and dependencies, then it's a good thing. But if it's just forcing you to run farther, then it's not really adding anything. Auto dropper does not equal storage. What's an auto dropper? You mean a dropper that just fires every 10 seconds or something? Or 10 seconds after it gets the item in it? I mean, there's not much space for any redstone here. No, red, we're going to keep it too. Yeah, auto dropper would need too much space. All right, I'm leaning towards just leaving it the way it is, I think. It's interesting, and this is like definitely more challenging. I'll see what like, you know, Pearl and Skiz and stuff say. I was really just like curious if this conversation and putting up some prototype walls and stuff would spark an idea, or if someone would have a really good idea or a suggestion or something. And I haven't heard anything yet that really makes me go like, that would be more fun. So far, it's all just, that would be harder and more frustrating, but it wouldn't make the player feel better about it. So I think, I mean, we've already made quite a few changes. I'll add, do I have glass, right? Glass. I can never find the glass. There we go. Definitely on board for a little bit more visibility here, I think. That's fine. What about random wall changes using pistons? No. It's just not possible. There's no place for any redstone to do that. Okay. So how about this, guys? I'm gonna wrap it up here because we're on a 4-hour stream and I'm getting a little tired and it's Friday. But I think I painted myself in a corner with the redstone. I don't know. I don't think there's any other way. I don't know. I don't have any regrets about any of the redstone in this, really. Maybe it could have been spaced out better. There's just a lot of features in all the walls. I think maybe I'll talk to Skiz and we'll probably set something up. Maybe I'll see if he wants to do a Sunday stream or something. If not, then certainly Monday at the latest. Our normal Monday stream. Yeah, Miss Skiz or Pearl or both. And we'll start playing with some of the new features and stuff like that and see how it works. Bread, I will look at what you're saying and I will get that stuff, the extender put in, and hopefully that fixes the armor stands. I really appreciate you looking at that. Yeah, I gotta fix the back left corner of the farm. I'll go over some things to make sure everything's fine, but I'm really excited about what we did here, honestly. Like 4 key things here. We added 2 new fun upgrades that I think players are gonna like, and we tweaked 2 of the existing upgrades that were just kind of overpowered. But we did it in a way that didn't straight nerf them. We balanced things, I think. Yeah, I know, Doc. A farm interrupt would be nice too. I agree. And we changed some scoring too. Yeah. All right. Is anybody streaming? Anybody streaming? Oh, they're playing Repo. I didn't even realize. Yeah, let's go raid them. Over here. Is Scar playing? I'd like to raid Scar, because I haven't raided Scar in a long time. And I always have to remember, is it time or times? Is it good times or good time? Suppose I should have them in my list here. Good times. All right, appreciate you guys hanging around for the Redstone stream. I know it was kind of boring. Good times with Scar, but I'm really pleased with the stuff we got done here. It's going to be exciting. Should be good. All right, we're raiding. Have yourself an amazing weekend, guys. Thank you for all the incredible support. If I missed your name, I'm really sorry. And I really do appreciate all of it. The biddies, the subs, everything, guys. Have yourself a great weekend, and I'll see you probably Monday. We'll see. Maybe sooner. Oh, wait. Maybe I'm streaming with Brody this weekend. Maybe I'm streaming tomorrow night. Maybe I am. Maybe we have a fun game picked out. All right, take care, guys.